Stream should be starting up soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything is set on up. There's it's on. Up to date. YouTube's up to date. Working. Let me check my other computer. Okay, looks like everything is good. Yep, I think everything's good to go. With a recent new patch and all that sort, I don't exactly have a huge stockpile of replays, but there should still be plenty for today. So let's go and get started from the top. Also, sorry for the late start, I just got a little bit sidetracked. Something I've got to do over here as well. Change the description or the name of the local recording so it's easy for me to upload. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn on top left side as the Farseer, we have Shadow. Spawn on bottom right side as the Brother Captain, we have Pax. Also got, of course, standard build openers, Howling Banshees, and Strike Squad, nothing too significant. Farseer's eyeing for an early VP lead. The Brother Captain is also eyeing for the VP, so both players are eyeing for their early VPs, so denying that from each other. Going for an early VPs can be quite useful, since how quickly VPs do count down in this game. And Howling Banshees are catching up this requisition point now over here. Brother Captain catches up the VP, Strike Squad eyeing for the requisition point, and Guardian Squad here could potentially get some damage onto the Brother Captain. Brother Captain's advancing at 4. Of course, he does have that wrist-mounted weapon. The Quizor Stormtroopers do get forced back, soft retreat away from the Farseer. Now, do you have the Howling Banshees in the region? Brother Captain will do reasonably well versus the Howling Banshees, and do not got a pair of power generators deployed out by the Eldar. As it goes, Inquisitorial Stormtroopers advancing forward, and now we do have the Farseer in pursuit. Down south, we do have now the Brother Captain push way forward, trying to get some good damage on in. And I think my microphone's a little bit too far away, so I'm going to be putting it right there. Perfect. Over here, we've got one power generator deployed out by the Brother Captain. And there's 2 for the Eldar players, so we have a bit of a difference in power generation. Strike Squad's advancing forward. We've got the Guardian Weapon Team now being deployed on out for the Farseer. Strike Squad's going to be eyeing for this VP. The Farseer is going to be 2v1, and she does have a bit of trouble versus these early melee units, such as the Strike Squad. Sorry, give me another moment. Just run my microphone. Long story short, I do have a bit of a wind guard in front of my microphone in order to prevent it from sort of me blowing air to the microphone, because I tend to speak with a lot of air coming out of my voice, if that makes any sort of sense. So if I go like, it will not cause an additional blow effect. Strike Squad now getting some great damage on the Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees do fall back. Lost 2 models there, going for the Aspect Strength. Strike Squad is falling back with no models lost, and Quizor Stormtroopers do lose a model. We do now have a Interceptor Squad being deployed on the field. That would be an excellent squad to engage that heavy weapons team. Banshees now getting reinforced. Fully reinforced now. And the Aspect Strength will be completed relatively soon. The Guardian Weapon Team does do reasonable damage from structures, slowly picking it down. Strike Squad, Interceptor Squad is now on the field. Interceptor Squad can force back the Guardian 15. It may not get this point deactivated. Do note that the power node does have more health than a power generator. Power node's almost deactivated, and Interceptor Squad does teleport forward and does not get the destruction onto that point activation. Let's fully withdraw that squad now. Guardian Squad could try to advance it forward, and he was trying to get that point deactivated to deny the future power generator or slow it down a little bit, but it looks like he ultimately failed. He should have just gone for the power generator. He would definitely have gotten that. Beige is now falling back. Strike Squad has been up there with the Tome of Titans.
I have paused the arms delivery.
Did you say pause? Oh, we do now have the Armor of the Fortune being researched for the Farseer. And now we got the Rangers now upgraded Pathfinder gear. Got Kinetic Burst here, knocking back that Stormtrooper. We've got the Sergeant upgrade as well. He may throw a grenade on that Farseer to knock her back, but he doesn't now, and does fall back now. The Sergeant looks like he's sustaining a lot of damage right there. The Sergeant almost went down in that mix. Gotta get cast there on the Farseer. Solinger bleeding off some of that energy. Armor of Fortune has been activated on herself. Rangers are not exactly problem with range. Does gain a range there. And does cast the other Howling Mage and only gain mind damage, forcing back the Strike Squad. Strike Squad may lose a model. Nope, does not lose a single model there. Interception Squad catches the right flank. The activated point has not been repaired. And the Interception Squad still has all 150 energy. Pathfinder doesn't have a whole lot of energy at the moment. Does fire a volley there. These are the Guardian Weapon Team needs to fall back. Strike Squad does fall back there. Guardian Weapon Team does have all models there, so he can perhaps regenerate his health up to full. Oh, take a bit of time.
Our guardians have given their lives for our cause.
Oh, what sort of ability is that? We do have the Blessed Aegis being researched. Increase the health regen by 0.5, not a lot. Max HP 100, oh, reasonable. It grants the Aegis Shield, which allows the Brother Captain to use energy as health. In an armor slot, very nice. We do now have one power generator being hacked apart. He does deactivate the points as well. Crucial Stormtrooper does get suppressed there. Strike Squad engage the Howling Mage, Armor Fortune on the Howling Mage as well. Strike Squad does force back the Guardian Weapon Team down to one last model there. And the Rangers do not capture that point, needs a full withdrawal. And the Inquisitor Stormtrooper do fall back. The Howling Mage is down one model from the base turret. Does teleport forward, fails to teleport, intercepting, but may be able to decapture up that VP. Bages will be hacking part of the Interception Squad now, and the Interception Squad does fall back after decapturing the VP. Right now, the Eldar player has less VPs, and it has double capture against them. Brother Captain's now shields are down, and sending a bit more damage now. You may hear my drink open on up. My apologies. And now we've got the Guardian Weapon Team, Rangers, and Guardians advance forward, trying to get some good damage on the Brother Captain. Tier 2 now being researched by the Brother Captain. The Farseer needs a little bit more energy to get to Tier 2.
Strategic location. It shall be done.
And of course, the Stormtrooper's advance forward does get suppressed. Those grenade out to that heavy weapons team. Brother Captain still charging forward. Maybe we're trying to resuppress that Brother Captain. Does the kinetic pulse there, knocking back the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. And now we do also have the Brother Captain now fully withdrawing. The Farseer does have enough energy to age up right now. Just needs to click on the button. Oh, probably multiple buttons to get to there. But we do have now Tier 2 being researched by the Farseer.
Strategic location spotted. Ever alert.
Strike Squad and Sub Squad teleports forward, forcing back the Rangers. And Strike Squad is seeing a bit of fire. And does pack up the Guardian Weapon Team. Guardian Weapon Team does set up on a poor angle right there, needs to rotate around. And does fully withdraw from that region. Maybe a little bit too premature for that full retreat. Sub Squad's still a little bit wounded, has not been fully healed, and now do have a Rhino being put on the field. I'll give the Farseer select and choose a counter. Probably Fire Dragon is probably the best item to counter it.
The Space Marines are taking one of our resources.
Sub Squad does teleport forward, knocking back the Ranger Squad. Does get one of the instant Rangers there, and does fall back after taking out that one model there. Strike Squad's falling back, or Sub Squad. You have the Strike Squad here getting suppressed by the Helen Bates, not being upgraded. The Exarch leader, not bad. And now both the Strike Squad and the Inquisitor Stormtrooper are falling on back. Brother Captain charging forward, getting some damage on the Guardian Squad. And now Rhino's being advanced forward, being upgraded with the heavy weapons, the heavy bolter turret. We'll start getting some big damage there onto this Howling Banshee. The Exarch leader is not receiving any fire there, so we'll manage to withdraw her. The Exarch leader does receive a bit of damage now. Looks like the Rhino's doing a bit more damage, I remember. It did great damage for the Howling Banshee, but then again, Howling Banshees are pretty glass candy. Farseer does not capture that power point in time. We've got a big assault advancing forward, trying to hit these turrets. Generators. Strike Squad has been upgraded to Sergeant. Looks like multiple generators will in fact go on down. We got Warp Spiders being upgraded to Aspect of Warp Spider. Many see a Bright Lance. Bright Lance is not being upgraded at the moment. Heavy weapons now sitting on top. Rangers hide the gate. So Squad does teleport forward, tie up the Guardian Weapon team. Luckily there's no heavy weapons there to engage the Rhino. The Exarch leader of the Howling Banshees can get some good damage there on the Rhino. Does shot in the face of all those men, and now he's going to be trying to hack apart the Rhino with the Howling Banshees. You've got the Spirit Stones research for the Farseer. We'll cover that a little bit later. I think it has been changed a little bit last time I checked. Description just seems different. Warfire's pushing way forward. I don't think got a Haywire grenade off onto it. Howling Banshee is still on the front line. Plasma grenade thrown on the retreat path. It was pretty good, but didn't get any models there. And it looks like the Farseer is falling back entirely. It does have the points so activated. Did lose 2 of the power generators.
The Space Marines are escalation cancelled.
And now Farseer Spirit Stones. When equipped, reviving will give the Farseer energy as well as healing for maximum health. Also grants spiritual rights. Actually, no, that looks like the same. It made the description maybe a little bit different. It looks a little bit different, but that appears to be the same. You can also have the Singing Spear being put on field, and maybe heavy anti-melee. Yep, should be able to start stabbing that Rhino, no problem. And the Sub Squad does teleport forward. Guardian Weapon Team still does not have a Bright Lance. Howling Banshee is trying to pursue these forces. Armor Fortune on top of the Farseer that does use Spirit Stones there, getting a good amount of healing onto the Farseer, but we got the overcharged plasma gun shot onto the Howling Banshee to snare it and slow her down. Fire grenade onto the Rhino there, and the Howling Banshees will slice it up. Howling Banshees are now falling on back. And the Strike Squad do receive a bit of fire there. They do lose their Sergeant, whoever it's called for the Strike Squad there. Does lose another model there. Does manage to retreat back entirely. Brother Captain right here, standing there, receiving fire from the Pathfinders now. Guardian team facing forward. And now the Guardian Squad is designed to capture this point. The Guardian has been upgraded the Warlock leader. Warp Spiders have been upgraded their Exarch leader as well, but they're currently down a model. Guardian Squad is trying to use Swift of Feet to run away, now fully withdrawing. Pathfinder and Guardian weapons team advancing on forward. He may be on to get some generators. There is a slightly wounded generator. Perhaps focus it down first.
Strategic location spotted.
And we'll be trying to deactivate the point again.
Our reinforcements are here. We have succeeded in our
Inquisitor Stormtroopers advance forward, may find the Howling Banshees. All I need to get a grenade off onto it. There is, of course, a plasma gun upgrade onto that Inquisitorial Stormtroopers.
Saving a victory point.
Have these guys camouflaging forward. Sesquad does teleport forward, does not deactivate the point. The Guardian team may get wiped out. There's a bit of fire there. Basically do shout in the front of the faces of the Strike Squad and of the Crystal Stormtrooper. And Crystal Stormtrooper do fully withdraw. Armor Fortune getting some great damages there onto that Guardian or Howling Banshee again. We do have the Guardian Weapon does manage to escape on out there with 2 models remaining. And now that have other captures receiving a bit of fire. Rangers sort of moving around, does get spotted a little bit there. And now the Brother Captain's falling back with no energy remaining. Howling Banshee's Corp and the Farseer can get some great damage onto these power generators. Great Knight Dreadnought being put on the field, so he will likely need to go for a Bright Lance upgrade onto that Guardian Weapon team there. Let's get one of the generators there. The overcharged plasma gunshot still keeps these guys suppressed. Farseer does get knocked back, and the Aura of Fortune ability was cast onto the Howling Banshee, but does fall back. The Scourge Squad does teleport forward. Howling Banshees will manage to escape on out of there. Connect blast onto the Strike Squad there. Guardian Weapon team being tied up and melee by the Strike Squad. The Interceptor Squad still trying to pursue the Force Rider, and now got the full withdrawal from the Farseer. These forces are falling on back. Interceptor Squad eyeing the VP. The Eldar player does have a slight advantage of VPs at the moment. And the Brother Captain says no to stalagmites. He will see a bit of fire there. It does turn on his shield generator. Howling Banshees and Farseer are now advancing forward. You got the Grey Knight. Has been upgraded with a fist to go along with Shiv. The Brother Captain's shield is now down. Interception Squad and Strike Squad advancing forward. Does knock back the gun of the Guardian Weapon team. Does fully withdraw from the region now. Now got the Guardian Squad being tied up in melee. Strike Squad trying to hit, does get a cast there on the Howling Banshees, and got a full withdrawal from the Farseer. You gotta have some Fire Dragons now being pulled on the field. Nope, does cancel it. He may going for a Falcon. He is perhaps a little bit incisive with the pull on out of the field. He has a bit of resources stockpiled. But wait, something has been pulled over here. Rangers are going camouflage into that VP, try to reclaim it. All the generators do go down now. And now is deploying out a Falcon. So he canceled that Falcon earlier just to get the requisition for reinforcements, likely. So this was, we don't see a Bright Lance upgrade on the Guardian's Weapon team to engage that Dreadnought. It must be really favorable to the Farseer and the Howling Banshees for its anti-vehicle damage.
What fire in their bellies?
This VP has reclaimed. The Farseer is now down to 200 tickets. Its bonus at 291. And there's a Webblade assembly down here as well. Very, very nice. Guardian Squad does receive a bit of fire there. He can also have access to Haywire grenades. I'm not sure what the Force Riders with. They went right there. Interceptor Squad does teleport forward. Does tie up the Guardian team with melee. Good Spirit Stone. Does get the Bright Lance upgrade now. No Haywire grenade at the moment. Does get a nice smash there. Howling Banshees are falling back. Plasma grenade does connect on the Strike Squad a little bit. And now you also have a Wraith Lord. Looks to cancel out the Falcon, going for a Wraith Lord. And Haywire grenade does connect the Grey Knight Dreadnought. Grey Knight Dreadnought is not moving the gauge. But it looks like the Grey Knight Dreadnought is not exactly pleased with the current engagement. It is getting cleared up in the front line by the Inquisitor Stormtrooper. Banshees and Armor Fortune advance forward. Oh, apparently he used Armor Fortune onto the Wraith Lord. Oh yeah, it's targeting any unit or any allied unit, not just infantry. You can also target vehicles, including the Avatar of War. Which makes that armor scales very, very nicely. Grey Knight Dreadnought and the Bright Lance equipped Wraith Lord now engaging away. As Wraith Lord starts pursuing the Dreadnought, it's able to get some Bright Lance hits there. Howling Bitches do shot in the face of the Interception Squad, forcing him back. Got repairs onto the Grey Knight Dreadnought, and is not going to push forward with his Wraith Lord any further. We get us a Haywire Grenade onto that Grey Knight Dreadnought. Strike Squad, and you also got a Conversion Beamer now deployed on the field. A Percutation Squad of Conversion Beamer. Does extra damage the longer range it is. Wraith Lord was actually out of ankle there, though. Conversion Beamer receiving massive fire there. Doesn't get wiped out, but it's pretty close there. And the Grey Knight Dreadnought does go down thanks to the use of the Bright Lance and the Haywire Grenade. Tier 3 now being researched by the Brother Captain. He does have enough red points for an Orbital Strike.
Strategic location spotted. The enemy turns its crude sighting weaponry upon us. Our
Ranger Squad may get wiped out right there. Oh, so wounded. Ranger Squad will skip on another. Oh, with 15 health remaining. Didn't get any more slices there. Oh, even did a combat teleport right there. Bright Lance may go down. Losing Bright Lance, some minor loss at this point in time. What's going to be very useful at this point of the game. But Conversion Beamer now getting some great hits there on the Wraith Lord. The Wraith Lord trying to back on off out of there. You got the Farseer falling back as well. Force Fighter getting some great damage fire support there. Conversion Beamer still firing away. The farther away its target is, the more damage it does. So right now it is out of range, however. Now getting repaired in combat. Conversion Beamer sitting on up once again. Needs to make sure he's after falls back and not go back on in. The Guardian Squad see quite a bit of fire there. May have trouble getting repairs on the front line.
An Exarch emerges from the Warp Spider Shrine.
Fresh Warp Spider Exarch being deployed on the field. Howling Bitches still have their Exarch leader as well. We've got the Strike Squad teleported forward. Does capture that
Adding support structure.
VP, and I don't think that's a teleport far. I think it's just getting it says Sergeant once again. And we do still have a webway gate here. At this force advancing forward, getting some good damage there onto the Interception Squad. Interception Squad does get force back there, but does get some great special attack there to knock back the force. Armor Fortune has been activated on top of the Howling Banshees. Strike Squad does fall back as well. And everything falls back for the Brother Captain. Brother Captain has a massive reserve of resources. Is he eyeing for a Land Raider Redeemer? Or a Crusader, whatever the Land Raider is?
As it was fated.
Hydroners have not been harassed again. One of these are severely wounded, down to 22 health. Brother Captain is trying to capture this VP, and actually there was a time frame where it had no VPs captured by any player. Down south, we do have looks like the Rangers did manage to decapture this point here. This point has been recaptured, and one of these forces need to start recapturing at this point here. Was the Guardian Squad was doing it? They're down to 2 members, so after that they need to retreat. Does activate the camouflage field for the webway.
We have 100 points remaining.
Not sure it's being pulled out there. I think it's Paladins. Paladins do get teleported on down. Paladins do shout in the face of some of these infantry units, but the Paladins cannot be suppressed. And I think just wiped out the entire Strike Squad there. Yeah, Strike Squad's full, or not sure what actually got wiped out there. It was a Conversion Beamer that went down. Force Fighters gained some damage there. Strike Squad does fall back. Howling Banshees are still in the mix there, receiving the Armor Fortune ability the Wraith Lord is. Brother Captain gains some great damage there. The Brother Captain has not been upgraded anything additional. Those lose some Wraith Lord there. Force Fighters getting some good constant damage there. I am not sure what ability that was, or what that ability is. And maybe the Paladin's ability. Grants the Holy Ground ability, which buffs the speed of allied infantry units and debuffs enemies in a target area. I believe that is what that ability is.
Forgo all hope, for the Banshee howls their doom.
Strategic location spotted.
Got some good energy regeneration right there coming out from the Paladin squad as well. And on top of all of these forces' energy, Tier 3 now being researched by the Farseer. He's going to be eyeing to get out some Zero Council to engage that Terminator squad. The Paladins have been upgraded Incinerer, which grants Incinerator a flame weapon effective versus infantry. So they have both Warhammers and flamethrowers. Jeez. What way Assembly 3 has been researched? The Farseer does have enough red points for a Eldritch Storm, which could be very useful in nuking one of these forces. Force Rider does teleport forward. Conception Squad teleports forward as well. Guardian Squad does fall back from it. Getting some combat teleports forward as well. Does get a good cast there. Spirit Stones was activated there. Guardian Squad's not exactly against work. Now here's the Seer Council. Looks like the Farseer does use her red points on the Seer Council. And now trying to engage that Terminator squad. Terminator does get a good knockdown hit there. Insect Squad does teleport forward, gain more knockdown. Guardian Squad firing away against the Stormtroopers. Basically trying to face these forces. Farseer herself is almost down. Need to activate Spirit Stones. Farseer does fall back now. Seer Council received quite a bit of damage there, but they so has the Paladins. Paladins have dropped the model there. Rangers firing away against that force. Insect Squad teleports forward. Farseer is getting some health regen from base, and the Strike Squad or Super Squad does get knocked stuck right there. Seer Council appears to have been fully wiped on out. Paladin's almost gone down. The Farseer does not have a lot of VPs remaining, so it's do or die time at the moment. Paladin Squad still has 2 models there, but severely wounded. Does get both charged plasma gunshot there from the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Inquisitor Stormtroopers are now falling back. Paladin just maybe able to wipe them out. The War Striders do wipe them out there. Guardian Squad eyeing for these VPs. And he started capturing multiple VPs. Losing the Seer Council like that is big. Let's see now. Pretty close to another nuke number for the Red Voids. And now the Brother Captain's falling back, and the Super Squad does teleport forward. Armor Fortune has been activated on the Farseer, and the Super Squad does fall back now. This one's not being captured by the Farseer. The Halibut is going back on in. We've got the Strike Squad seeing some sniper fire from the Rangers. The War Squad is getting some good long-range damage on in. Paladin Squad has been reinforced, still pretty far from full health, however. Look at the forces down here. We do got 4 squads versus 3 squads. Though the Brother Captain does have pretty heavy squads in his remaining squads. While the Farseer does have a lot of mobility, which is going to be very important since the Farseer needs to maintain the triple capture. Can't afford losing any of these VPs going down to 9 VPs. The Brother Captain is losing a lot of VPs quite quickly.
The foe seeks to deprive us of a vital resource point.
We do now got the Paladin Squad advancing up north, trying to get some good damage on in. Does destroy whatever carcass that was. That may have been the, what's it called, Wraith Lord. We do have enough red points here for an Eldritch Storm. This may be a good time to do an Eldritch Storm. Paladin Banshees and Farseer trying to hit that Strike Squad. Does something decap right there. Great cast there by the Paladins. Getting some severe damage onto that Guardian Squad. Brother Captain now trying to decapture this point. Does decapture that point. He can't allow that to get fully captured. Down south, nobody's eyeing for this point here. If the Brother Captain captures this point, that's going to be game. And seeing how the Eldar force is now fully withdrawing, got the Eldritch Storm here as well. Teleports away. But once this point gets captured up, that's going to be game. Farseer does go down as well. Then again, inside the webway assembly to quickly try to go for this point here.
Enemy Space Marines are claiming a victory objective.
And decapture that central point as well to seal the deal. And that is going to be game. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. Orcs versus Chaos. Oh, and there's a music bug. I have to remember to not to do something or prevent that music bug. My apologies. Go right here. And once that music plays, then the what's it called? Then the replay starts, or the replay can get audio or music audio. A little weird thing like that. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the bottom or top left side as the biggest and the strongest, Zero Cry. Spawn on the bottom right side as a Chaos Lord, we have Dimnos. We got some shooters, more shooters, pretty standard build opener. Chaos Space Marines being blown out, likely into heretics. That looked like a heretic being consumed right there, yes. So, pretty standard build opener for both sides. Slugger's eyeing for the PowerPoint, Warboss eyeing for the VP. So it looks like the Orcs will get an early VP lead, but these Chaos Heretics will go and capture the VP now, likely. Judas and Sluggers eyeing for these points up here, and the Chaos Lords now advancing forward with these Chaos Marines. So first engagement looks like it's going to be in this general region, likely the Sluggers being shot at by the Chaos Marines. Warboss captured these points now, got both these shooters advancing forward, as well as a power generator. Looks like the shooters do get the first shot off there, but receive more damage in return, and being pursued. Does lose a model there. Warboss now trying to come on forward. Shooters and Warboss advancing forward. The Warboss, of course, is an excellent frontline unit. Oops, and I actually knocked out my headphones out of my board. So I wonder if this music actually supports audio playing. Warboss or Chaos Lord charging forward, trying to tie up those shooters up in melee. Sluggers do pull back there. Quite a bit of damage onto the Chaos Lord at the moment. You got the Warboss advancing forward, trying to make its way down south, perhaps onto this VP. Chaos Heretics going around, capture points. Very, very nice. Sluggers eyeing to decapture the central VP. This Slugger squad is down a model there. And now do got a squad of Chaos Havocs. Does knock back, did a good attack there onto those Sluggers. Warboss advancing forward, trying to engage these Chaos Marines. Good stutter step there, trying to get as much damage onto possible. Receive a slice right there. Slugger's trying to deactivate its power point now. We've got the shooters now eyeing for these side points, but there are some squad of heretics in this region. This squad of heretics is receiving a bit of fire from the shooters. They're going to charge forward, try to do suicide some of their own models. Now the Warboss sees quite a bit of fire there and does go down a bit foolishly. Shooter squad does fall back, Slugger squad still suppressed, Chaos Marines getting some good damage there, and the Orc player is in full withdrawal. And now we've got a Pain Void on the field.
Generator right, sparking now, boss.
Chaos Marines advancing forward. Got a second half of squad being plotted out. It looks like it's going heavy with heavy weapons. Shift X. I'm not sure what Shift X is. Is that a Q move? I forget the hotkeys for this game. Do you know how the power generator receiving a bit of fire there? Heretics now advancing forward. We do also have... I heard something teleported on in. Paintboard capturing up the central power point there. He's starting to repair up the power generator in combat, but looks like it's going to out-damage the repair rate. Power generator does go down now. Havoc sitting on up. And got another Havoc here as well.
What? Them boys can't take a punch.
Spiky armor being deployed on out for the Warboss, which should be an excellent weapon versus the Heretic squads. Trying to up the Havoc squad up in melee. Does get good stomp there, knocking back the Havoc, but of course there's a Havoc hitting the Warboss now. Chaos Lord charging forward, trying to tie up the shooters up in melee. Both of them are falling on back. And now we've got the Warboss falling back as well. Orc players having trouble maintaining field control. Game Boy is moving around. Another power generator being pulled on out for the Chaos Blade. And the last power generator is going to be going down for the Orcs. We now got the big shooter upgrade on the shooters. And more big shooters being researched. Slugger's facing up forward. And the power generator does go down. Got the Paintboy now seeing a bit of fire right there. And he will try to tie up that Havoc up in melee. This Havoc is suppressing the Sluggers. And now the Warboss is charging forward. Looks like the Warboss going to stomp his way through the Geyser. And does manage to get both of the Havocs up in melee now. The Paintboy may need to heal himself relatively soon. Havoc does drop a model there. Paintboy does fall back. This Havoc squad is still very much alive. Does detonate one of those models there. And the Spiky armor will do a lot of damage for these Heretics. Warboss may go down once again. He's starting to stomp his way forward. He has now the Angry Bits researched, which does grant him access to the Now I'm Angry ability, which I'm assuming that's what that ability is called. Shooter's now engaging with flight, got the Knob leaders here as well. He may actually lose his Havoc. He may be trying to go from some melee hits there. Does take out the Havoc entirely. Very, very nice. Does use suppressive fire ability onto this Heretic squad. Trying to pursue some gains of damage on the Chaos Marines. Now the Chaos Heretics receiving quite a bit of fire right there. You may look at the suppressive fire ability there onto that Havoc squad. Does use suppressive fire ability onto the Heretic squad as well. And one of the Slugger squads are falling on back. The other squad of Heretics is in pursuit. Slugger charging forward, got the Paintboy 3. Does detonate one of the models there, tying up both these squads up in melee, or suppressing them. And it looks like the shooters received a lot of fire there. Just now the Knob leader remains. But he looks like he will escape on out there. Some of these boys getting knocked around a little bit. Paintboys received quite a bit of damage there. Slugger now has a Burna deployed on out as well. Today is another last model there on the Heretic squad. Paintboy will need to fall back against the Chaos Lord. I don't think he has enough health to tangle with it. Warboss is still curling down. And now the Chaos Lord is engaging the Paintboy melee. Does have the Combine Flamer upgrade for the Chaos Lord. And the Paintboy will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Does heal himself right there at the last moment, gains good health regen. Does use suppress fire ability there on the Chaos Heretics. Making a soft trade away. If you got this other Heretic squad, may use more suppressive fire. Gains good damage there onto the Chaos Heretics. Does detonate that model a little bit prematurely. Burn the squad advance forward, trying to type these forces up in melee. The Chaos Lord himself is quite wounded, does fall back along with the Heretics. Suppressive fire ability does come on in onto that Chaos Marine squad. Havoc sitting on up, gets a good damage onto that Flamer. And now we've got this shooter squad, make a soft retreat away. Another power generator. Oh, he has not had any power this entire game, has he? It's not on tier 2. The Chaos Lord is on going to H2. In fact, right now, the Chaos... Yeah, he's really, really far behind. Probably a good idea for the War Boss not going for tier 3 whatsoever, because I don't think it's going to get enough power generation the entire game to warrant going for tier 3. You now have a Blood Crusher move on the field, and the War Boss needs himself to be upgraded for weapon in order to gauge that Blood Crusher, because right now I don't think going for a Luda at this point in time will be viable. Havoc Squad does get knocked back there. War Boss charging around. And now you got the Power Generators, a bit of fire there. Burners could do some quick work. Does the central point there. Also hitting this Power Generator quite severely with the shoe does. One Power Generator does go down. War Boss now at the level 2. Does get a great stomp there and starting to fall back. Does put the Blood Crusher. Second Blood Crusher on the field. This is going to be a highly aggressive Blood Crusher play, and it may be very successful here. Orc forces are fully withdrawing from their area. The second Blood Crusher. The Chaos Lord will be down 2, or be up ahead by 2 squads as well. And now tier 2 being researched for the War Boss. Ooh, it's not gonna look good. He definitely needs tier some sort of anti-tank and quickly. Tank Buster is probably a bit more viable than Beaming Death Gun Luda, or maybe some sort of weapon for the War Boss. The Power Claw, probably. Blood Crusher, look at that pathetic damage from Blood Crusher. It's probably pretty hard to see right now, since it's probably, I'm of course streaming in 1080p and it's a 4K resolution. But right now, the Blood Crusher's still at 540 health out of 600. Not a lot of damage whatsoever. Great charge right there. Apparently the War Boss did not get knocked back there a little bit. Heretics are going to be rushing forward, trying to get a model detonation there. War Boss still trying to deal with the Havoc, so got some Blood Letters on the field as well. I think he canceled the other Blood Crusher, does block some Blood Letters. Still going for Tank Busters, probably a good idea. Tank Busters at least have some good fire support against infantry units. Customers on to capture the northern points. And the points get deactivated once again. The Orc's going to be on no power this entire game. He doesn't have enough requisition for anything. Probably has enough power to pull out some sort of counter unit, but that's about it. Ritual Book activated to get an extra health regen for the Blood Crusher and for the Blood Letter. War Boss is charging forward, trying to deal with the Ritual now. Blood Crusher's now seeing a bit of fire there. Does use the invulnerability right there. Havoc does force back the War Boss now. War Boss is now being upgraded to Power Claw. Very, very good. Oh, the Orcs do have a bit of power gen right there, which is very, very, very important because he needs that power. Havoc now seeing quite a bit of damage right now. Does get forced on back. Blood Crusher still getting some great damage. Now here comes a War Boss charging forward, angry that he's taking out some of his boys with that Blood Crusher. And it's sort of angry that his boys are dying to the thing. Stop dying. And now you got the Blood Crusher coming behind melee. Got the terror screen there, forcing back all these forces away from the Blood Crusher. It's just running away now. You got a Ritual here, giving the Blood Crusher some extra health. Doesn't need one of the models there. War Boss still makes his way forward. Blood Crusher getting some good damage there onto the Slugger. And now the Heretic squad here. The Heretic need full iron power. Another Ritual there. Another good terror screen there from the Blood Crusher. There's actually another Ritual there. Bloodletters and Blood Crushers in this region does use the Angry Fits to run away. The Pain Boy will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Has been upgrade the stronger Get Sauce. And does get another charge there, knocking back some of those forces, and the shooting squad does fall back. Warboss is still in pursuit of the Blood Crusher. He does, of course, have the spiky armor, gains some good retaliation damage. But the Warboss does fall back once again and may go down to 20 health. Has good health regen thanks to spiky armor, and does go down there now. Spiky armor does provide, well, 2 health regen a second. Chaos Lord charging forward, trying to get some good damage here. Has been upgraded with the Mantle of Hate, which grants the Life Drain ability. And increases the health and health regen.
Our generators under attack.
Another power generator will go down. This power generator being slapped by the Blood Crusher.
Our generator alarm just blew up. Happens a lot, that does.
Good ritual there on the Bloodletters, gain some good health regen. We're just having trouble taking on that Bloodletter thanks to the extra health regen. So they're starting to get whittled down now. Voice has been activated, starting to use their vulnerability ability to get away from the Kudas now.
We've got 200 points left.
Crest Lord needs a lot of health. Hopefully that Life Drain ability will be useful in that. Both these forces are suppressed thanks to the Havoc nearby. Does have good ritual here to get some good health regen with Bloodletters. Now both these shoot squads are falling back. Another ritual has been activated. Got the Angry Bits making him angry. And does go ahead and soft retreats away with it.
Taking one of our position points.
Does just stomp there, does avoid the stomp. Now the Blood Crusher's obviously massive damage from that Warboss now. There's a fancy forge trying to get some good damage on the Warboss. Warboss is almost down. Blood Crusher is re-engaging. The Warboss himself seeing quite a bit of damage. We're down to 18 health. He's of course the Spiky Armor gives great health regen.
That's a trick, right? We just protected to lose, right?
Right now, the Orc player is down a lot of tickets. Right now, it's been quite a commanding game for the Orcs. Not Orcs, for the Chaos Lord. The Orcs do have a capture in their favor now. Slugger's can manage to intercept that Bloodletter squad in time. And right now, the Pain Boy and the Sluggers are skirting around. Do not have a Death Dread deployed on the field.
We'll figure out who's right out.
And Pain Boy is seeing quite a bit of damage now. Slugger squad, we're seeing a bit of fire there. Blood Crusher still very much alive. And now the Pain Boy gets forced on back to the Chaos Heretics.
Hey, we's losing that. You know the thing.
We now have Death Dread on the field. It has been upgraded with the Burn-In Blitz. Warboss charging forward, trying to gauge that Blood Crusher. You have the Havoc Squad, you can kind of melee thanks to the Death Dread. And the Blood Crusher will manage to escape on out of there. We do have the Bloodletters now engaging. Blood Crusher now trying to hit the Death Dread. Ball should go better, much better for Death Dread. Good knockback there. Ritual has been activated, gaining some good health regen, not only to the Bloodletters, but also to the Blood Crusher. Bloodletters are falling back, does lose a model there on Pawn Retreat. Multiple of these power generators will start going down. This power generator does go down. You gotta have the Chaos Marines now upgraded with not just the Eternal War upgrade and the Sergeant. And oh, that is a Chaos Portal right there. Chaos Portal does connect, does take out one of those shooters right there. Death Dread now going to see a bit of fire than this Chaos Portal. And we do also have the War Boss over here. Up to level 3, Chaos Predator now being pulled on out. Against his opponent's current composition, the Nurgle variant wouldn't be half bad. Nurgle variant does, of course, give access to damage resistance. And right now, his opponent has 2 primary anti-vehicle threats are melee. So I think the Nurgle variant of the Predator tank probably would be best. Also, the Claw is the rarest form of all the Predators, in my opinion. At least when it comes to replays. The Blood Crusher actually did go down in that previous engagement. And the Orc player does have a good amount of field control at the moment, doesn't it? The VP starting to be leveled out, or evened out. Bloodletter's now trying to engage the Death Dread, which sounds like great for him. Warboss charging forward, just get a good knockback there onto the Chaos Lord. Here comes the Predator tank, unupgraded. Comes the Predator tank undivided. Starts to make his way forward, gets good damage there, trying to go for the Pain Boy. Pain Boy seems a full withdrawal right now. Now the horse is trying to push his way forward. Does see a bit of damage there. Pain Boy is still on the front line. And now the Bloodletters do use invulnerability ability. And now the Chaos Lords fully withdraw, or full force the Sluggers to fully withdraw from the region along with the Pain Boy. Still no upgrade onto the Chaos Predator.
Zog, he's losing a victory point. Working on that gear up, boss.
Do not have a Weird Boy here. Weird Boy is relatively durable. As we see, a good hit there. Does roll a miss there onto that Chaos Predator. Does fully withdraw from the region now. And now this force is starting to be pursued by the Chaos Predator. We got the Bloodletters now seeing a bit of damage there. A good hit there onto the Shooters. Multiple hits there on those Shooters. We got now the Warboss charging forward. Does get stopped there. Does get suppressed by the Havoc Squad. Chaos Predator finds the angle there through the cliff face. Now the Warboss is falling back. The VPs are counting down for the Orcs now. Pain Boys are now deploying out the Cyborg Implant, getting a permanent upgrade to this Slugger Squad. So now this Slugger Squad has a permanent upgrade. I'm not so sure exactly what it does. Permanent bonuses. Note that the dock only has need for 1 implant operation. I just need to increase health. I don't know the exact effects of it. That should give the Slugger Squad a bit more frontline capability. The Bloodletters do get stunned there thanks to the vomit. Chaos Predator skirmish around, got a bridge in this region. Weird Boy does get great knockback there onto the Slugger, onto the Heretic Squad. Has managed to get that squad suppressed there. Though I'm not so sure by what. Maybe from this Havoc Squad over here. On the left side, we've got now the Chaos Marines trying to capture this boy. That would be double capture against the Orcs, so he poses a severe problem to him. Chaos Lord getting some great damage right there. Tank Busters trying to get some good hits there onto the Chaos Predator. Tank Busters are still have plenty of health at the moment. Does use Life Drain ability right there. And also the Life Drain was used on the Warboss right there, getting thrown back afterwards. And now the Death Shred does force back the Havoc Squad. The Warboss will skip on out with as little as 18 health again. Does get a cast heal there on the Slugger Squad. He is down a couple models, however. Chaos Marines now trying to get some damage there on the Sluggers. Sluggers are advancing on forward. And does activate a ability there. I'm not sure what the ability is. Bloodletters do force back those Shooters. Chaos Predator receiving massive. Holy shit! I guess that's 2 tank busters for you. Needs to stop building this tank busters here. There's too many. There's already now too many tank busters on the field. There's no more vehicles. Best to cancel the tank busters. Did he actually blow it out? He did cancel it in time. Good. It may be possible now for the Orc to go for tier 3. Does use a mortar barrage. They have to have a squad knocking back. Got another mortar barrage here. Does get some damage on the Chaos Lord. Keyword on the word sub. Tank busters now seeing a bit of damage there. That's trying to go tying up the Chaos Lord in melee. Would have always been upgraded with the Warpath as well. Warboss charging forward, it gains a great damage on in. Thanks to spiky armor, it gets some good retaliation damage. You can always be upgraded the heavy armor, which gets a tier 3. Weird Boy needs some healing from that Pain Boy, that's for sure. Gotta be very careful for that Pain Boy. Chaos Beast charging forward to have last can upgrade on this Chaos Havoc. Deal with that Death Shred. The Ritual is still activated. Bloodler is tying up the Tank Busters up in melee. The Death Shred's now seeing a bit of fire there. Tank Buster squad may get wiped out by the Bloodlers. Does get wiped out by the Bloodlers there. So I have Ritual here. He's activated some sort of ability. I'm not so sure what the ability is. Death Shred does go down. Bomb does connect on those forces. Got a massive engagement here. Slugger squad is down to 2 models there. Needs to fall back sooner rather than later. Game Voice has plenty of health. The Chaos Lord does fall back as well. And does take out the Chaos Lord right there. Slugger Squad does fall back. We do got triple capture in favor of the Orcs. It's very important. The Orcs can come back from this game. They're on the back foot for most of the game, but this triple capture right now is very, very important. The Chaos Lord does have trying to go for a Grand Clean one. It's a little bit too late for the Grand Clean one. Predator tanks would have been much better for Chaos Terminators. Going for another Slugger there. He did actually lose the Weird Boy in that engagement as well. Soon just be a double. Right now it's just a double capture against the Chaos Lord. The Warboss still needs a lot of health now. You got another Tank Buster squad being put on the field with another some Ludas. Orcs to receive a bit of fire there. And trying to go for a decapture here. Right now it's a capture in favor of the Orcs. This one has been decaptured now. And the Chaos Lord is down to 90 tickets, not a whole lot of tickets remaining. I still don't believe this Grand Clean one is a good idea. Just a little bit too late for it. Pain Boy needs some more energy there. Does get good heal there on the Warboss now. Warboss at level 5, the Pain Boy's at level 4, the Chaos Lord's at level 7, and the Grand Clean one has been deployed on out. Devious into capture, that's double capture against the... No, triple capture against the Chaos Boy. That is massive. Does go for vulnerability ability right there. Bright Lance or Last Cannon not going to do all too much in this preliminary game. Does summon temporary Bloodlers here. Pain Boy may need to fall back sooner rather than later. Vomits right there. Chaos, the Warboss is almost down. He may even trying to be suicidal there. Warboss does go down now. He doesn't have any red points at the moment, and the Bright Lance does go, or the Last Cannon does go down. And that was his primary capping squad. The Heritage squad needs a cap on the point, but he's pretty far away from that. This point's secure. I don't think the Chaos player lost. One more tick and he's done. And that is the end of the replay. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. While this game's loading, I do need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I am back. Yep, gotta make sure the music plays. Yep, there we go. Now the music will play in game. I have no idea why it does that. And that's something similar. Let's go to a different... More Orc and Chaos. Here we go. Let's go for this. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the top side as the Lord Commissar. We have... Period? Is it just a period? Unless it's just a period to me. Spawn on the bottom side as the Demon Hunter. We have your old boy Anter. We got a strike squad being put on the field. We got Imperial Guardsmen into Sentinel. A little bit different. Usually we see Sentinel into Imperial Guardsmen. The Rebel. We do have the Inquisitor Stormtrooper eyeing for the PowerPoint. Commissar is going for the PowerPoint, but the Imperial Guardsmen are not going for the PowerPoint. They're going for the requisition points. Inquisitor Stormtroopers are making around the flank. Got this point now being activated. We do have the Sentinel now deployed out in the field, a very aggressive unit. He starts stomping his way forward, and soon he'll be upgraded with the actual stomp.
Support structure complete.
Now we do have the strike squad getting some damage there onto the Imperial Guardsmen. Lord Commissar now making his way forward. Oh, here, Inquisitor Stormtroopers advancing forward. Does get behind some light cover there. Sentinel does destroy the cover there, and no stomp upgrade just yet. Need a little bit more power, I believe. Lord Commissar now engaging the strike squad in melee. His shield generator is almost down. Imperial Guardsmen come over here and support him.
Generator operational.
And now got the Lord Commissar receiving quite a bit of fire there. Sentinel now being upgraded to Stomp. The Sentinel's going to be charging forward, and here comes Stomp. Getting the Lord Commissar to get some great damage there onto that strike squad. Strike squad's now full of trolling. This model does not go down just yet.
Support structure complete. Ready for battle.
Demon Hunter now capturing up this requisition point, VP. Inquisitor Stormtroopers advance forward, getting some good damage there on that Imperial Guardsman, who will be upgraded to Sergeant now. Great grenade right there, and now it's starting to fall on back. The other Imperial Guardsmen have been upgraded to Sergeant as well. And Sentinel will spot Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter's receiving a bit of fire there. Stomp. Lord Commissar now being upgraded the Power Sword to give him a little bit extra damage. He's replacing his not so powerful sword with a Power Sword. Actually, did his animation even change when that got swapped out? I don't think his animation even changed. We do now have the Demon Hunter receiving a bit of damage there and does fall back in time. Power Sword. Effective against infantry, grants the lead by example, which inspires nearby troops, increasing the Commissar's speed by 1 and causes him to perform special attack with every strike. 50 power melee DPS.
Stormtroopers reporting ready.
Imperial Guardsmen advance forward, trying to get this good damage onto this power node.
We have lost a building to the enemy. Ready for duty.
Stormtroopers reporting ready.
The
Strike Squad
enemy
has,
is
of course, been
capturing
upgraded
one
the
of our
Tome of
strategic
Titans.
points.
Inquisitor Stormtroopers eyeing for this requisition point. Let's get a decent cast on the Imperial Guardsman and got the Demon Hunter also channeling its ability. This channel doesn't do any additional damage over time. Does do some good slow suppressing, which also does affect his freshly deployed out Interception Squad. Casual Devils have been pulled out in the field as well. And does get grenade launcher barrage down to the Interception Squad. Lord Commissar firing away. Got a cast there. You got to upgrade Emperor's Torch, which that is called the Emperor's Torch ability. Light at the Emperor, that's what that ability is called. And now we've got some teleporting forward, getting some good damage there. Casual Devils firing some shots there onto the Inception squad. Rear guards need to fall back entirely. They do. Got a shotgun blast onto the Daemon Hunter as well. The Daemon Hunter has also been upgraded to Blessed Icon. This sanctified relic grants the Warden Emperor, increasing the speed of allied infantry in a radius of 15 by 2.5, reducing the damage by 40%. So a good ability to sort of blob forward with. Though we've now got the Daemon Hunter receiving massive damage there. Sentinel probably will not be able to get the kill there. He may be eyeing for Grenade Launcher Barrage. Oh wait, that was not Imperial Guardsmen, that was a Quistor Sword Troopers. Grenade Launcher Barrage does connect, but somewhat missed there. Rear Guardsmen firing away, no Flamer Thrower there to help them clear out the garrison. Casual Devil Squad needs to fall back sooner rather than later. So Stormtroopers falling, trying to pursue them. Sentinel here could get the stomp. Does get the stomp there, but the forces were already falling back, and the Quistor Stormtroopers do fall back to 2 members with less than 50 health remaining. Over here, we've got the Imperial Guardsmen advancing on forward. And now you got the Sentinel receiving some repairs. Second Casual Devil squad being plotted field, going for heavy tier 1 play, the Lord Commissar is. And overall, he does have good power generation as well. And compares to opponent, and when it comes to reserves, the Daemon Hunter went for a lot of upgrades early on, such as his chest plate and his grenade slot. I'm not sure exactly what that's slot, what people tend to call it. Such squad does teleport forward, and now the Lord Commissar sees quite a bit of damage there. Stomp does miss. Commissar's down as low as 5 health, but managed to withdraw from the region. Emperor's Torch is still on the ground. And the forces are seeing a bit of fire there. Someone needs some repairs. Casual Devil squad advancing forward, maybe trying to have a Grenade Launcher Barrage there. Oh, here we got the Quistor Stormtroopers receiving quite a bit of damage there from the Casual Devil squad. That is the fresh one. Grenade Launcher Barrage does knock back the Inception squad. Daemon Hunter received a bit of fire there. We got the Inception squad being forced back. Strike squad sprinting away thanks to the Ward of the Emperor ability. And now I've got tier 2 being researched for the Daemon Hunter. The Lord Inquisitors almost have enough power, does have enough power for tier 2 as well. So the Lord Commissar having all of these squads is only slightly behind power, which is actually not bad. I would say if you're only slightly behind, you have all these extra squads. I'd say that's actually net gain. Plus now he's starting to gen bash. Does get a good channel there onto these forces. It's just squad teleport force as well. Amazing, a shotgun blast there onto an Inception squad. Does get a shotgun blast down the Inception squad there. Rear Guardsmen now trying to focus down the Inception squad there. Got the Emperor's Torch right there, which should do some great damage. Seeing it is an AoE effect on top of the Imperial Guardsmen, which tend to be disintegrated by AoE effects. And we've got a Master Troop coming on out for the Lord Commissar. The Lord Commissar himself is in the center of the map. Sentinel's receiving quite a bit of fire as well, needs to fall back. And we do actually have a triple capture in favor of the Lord Commissar, only for a brief moment. Only getting a slight VP advantage in the meantime. Got the Emperor's Ward pushing these guys farther forward and quicker. But if someone needs to fall back entirely, Lord Commissar not being upgraded the Carapace armor, which does increases health and health regen by 2.5, reduces the energy cost of Inspired Courage to 25, and the cooldown by 5 seconds. Grants the Lord Commissar 50% increased damage for 15 seconds, and it breaks suppression if he's currently expressed at start of execution. That Sentinel's down to 18 health. He's trying to hit it. Oh crap! He is dancing around a little bit there. Grenade almost connected. That grenade could have killed off a Sentinel, but now receiving some much needed repairs. Sometimes these guys are a little bit buggy when moving around. Oh, is that Vindicare Assassin? I saw that reticle. Vindicare Assassin has been deployed on the field. The squad does get tied up in melee by the Lord Commissar. Teleports forward. Lord Commissar's shield's almost down. Shotgun blast there onto the strike squad. Does catch Devils receive a bit of damage as well. Doesn't have the Sergeant upgrade just yet, nor does this one. Strike squad seems to provide a bit of fire there. Upgrading the Imperial Guardsman with a plasma is going to be half bad. And excellent cast there onto the Imperial Guardsman. Strike squad has full withdrawal, doesn't drop any models there. Catch Devils falling back as well. Now you got 2 Chimeras deployed on the field. Interesting. Oh, this one heavy mounted. He's probably going to load up Imperial Guardsmen inside each of those Chimeras and going to be running around. And all the Catch Devils are already pretty hard to pin down. Then, Lord Commissar's force is going to be very hard to pin down. So the Vindicare Assassin's not being swapping up the armor-piercing rounds. Does load mount up, makes his way forward. Commissar does force back the Vindicare Assassin. And the Demon Hunter does fall back as well. Gains a forward reinforcements as well. This Lord Commissar, he's going to be hard to pin down his force. Let's see, what could he deploy on out? He's going for his Justicar leader for his Interceptor squad, which does have a weapon thing. Oh, he doesn't have the weapon just yet. I'm thinking the Infantry squad was it Purifiers that had the Warhammer. Either we got plasma guns now, and some of these Pure Guardsmen. Teleports forward, the other one's being upgraded Pure Plasma guns as well. So squad teleporting forward, does throw a grenade there, suppressing the Catch Devils there. Getting some great damage there. I hear a heavy bolter gun. Oh yes, the Chimera has a heavy bolter in the front of its hull. I always forget about that. You actually don't hear that thing fire all too often, do you? Most people use the pin bounce on the side to fire. We got, of course, these Chimeras now firing, pushing way forward. And the heavy bolter's firing again. It doesn't fire all too often, does it? Am I going crazy? But I don't think I've really ever heard this gun fire all too often. Does take out the power generator right there. Start hitting these power generators, the rest of these power generators now. Over here, we've got the Inquisitor Stormtroopers capturing those side points. All power generators are down. Vindicare Assassin trying to find the armor-piercing round. And now you got a cast right there. I think it was called Retribution. He has been upgraded with the Force Rod, which grants a Retribution ability. Grants the silence. Oh, and that Catch Devil was not being paying attention there. Oh, he said it was stuck. Which silences damage and knockbacks enemies. In actuality, that Retribution ability was a direct hit. It should have been a big knockback. So that may be what got him stuck. Inquisitor Stormtroopers do fall back now. Yep. When you lose a squad to a bug like that, it's never fun. Grenade launcher barrage does connect on these forces.
Support structure complete.
Demon Hunter now receiving a bit of fire there, capturing the central VP. The VPs are still very, very similar, aren't they? Now I do got a heavy weapons team being pulled on the field. He's eyeing for some suppression. I doubt it's going to be for an autocannon. Chimeras push way forward. We got the rear armor exposed on this one, and the Vindicare system does fall back. The Demon Hunter needs to deploy out more anti-vehicle weapons there. There's 2 Chimeras going for, I don't say dedicated anti-vehicle, but some additional units that can get some good damage onto it. Wouldn't be half bad. Grey Knight Dreadnought would be expensive axe, but that's the only thing that comes to the top of my head. I don't think it was going for Purifiers either. That's gonna inside the Chimera. The Pendle Mounts are firing, not from this one, however. Pendle Mounts are no longer firing there. Pure Guardsman takes 4 keeps great damage there. Pure Guardsman trying to engage him in melee. Central Squad does tie up the Heavy Squad, which has been upgraded with autocannon. Interesting. get the retribution there. Does lose the heavy weapon squad immediately. Paul mounted Pintos are firing away. Firing from multiple angles there. It's a broadside from both sides. Let's load up the other one, but this one's almost gone down to the Vindicare Assassin. Down, it does get destroyed there. Both Imperial Guardsmen load up on this Chimera. The Lord of Commodore is losing a lot of assets. He's about ready. He should have enough to go for a Stronghold Tier 3. Very important research to force back that squad. Does get a snare grenade there from the Deception squad. Imperial Guardsman trying to fire away. He's focused on Vindicare Assassin. That's the biggest threat to his Chimera. And the Lord of Commodore is just so slow at the moment. And there goes the other Chimera. Deception squad does fall back. We still got the Demon Hunter getting some great damage there. It does fall back now. The Lord of Commodore has upgraded the stubbornness. As there's more enemy or more allies around him, the more health regen he gets. He regenerates every 10.5% health every 16, 8, 4, or 2 seconds, depending if there is at least 1, 10, 20, or 30 loyal troops nearby.
It's captured.
Generator operational.
Enemy contact. Right.
Does get a shot there, but does force back that squad. Vindicare Assassin does get a shot there. Has upgraded the Cameline stealth suit. Leoline suit, I think. That's how you pronounce it. Probably not. Lord Inquisitor needs to fall back entirely. Duke at this point now being captured on up by the Lord Inquisitor. So there's soon be triple capture of the Lord Inquisitor. For now, he is still behind VPs by a small margin, but that will rapidly change now. Lord Commodore does fall back and does lose him a little bit foolishly. Does get a great shotgun blast there onto the strike squad. Do now have a Leman Russ being put on the field. He has gotten his tier 3 up. A Leman Russ with either Vanquisher Cannon or Executioner Cannon wouldn't be half bad. Against heavy infantry, the Executioner Cannon doesn't provide a little extra benefit, honestly. So the Vanquisher Cannon for the extra range probably wouldn't be half bad. Immediately redeploys out his Lord Commodore.
The chapter banner flies high.
Do now have a Grey Knight Dreadnought being deployed out on the field.
We have the target in hand.
The task unfinished is a prayer unanswered.
Lord, the Lord Inquisitor is starting to engage the Inquisitor Stormtroopers.
We are under attack.
The Lord Commodore is down by 33% health, trying to go for the garrison now. It does get inside the garrison, it's going straight for the VP. Shots on there on the Demon Hunter. It does go for the Executioner Cannon there, but does get some good friendly fire damage. Such squad does get a shotgun or grenade launcher blast on the Vindicare Assassin, knocking him back. Does perhaps go for the grenade there. There's the snare grenade, but I think it may have missed the Leman Russ. Does miss the Leman Russ there. Vindicare Assassin now seeing massive damage right there. Vindicare Assassin could be overran by the Leman Russ. Got this force falling back. Imperial Guardsmen still in the region, so is all the squads alive there. Does potentially got a rear armor hit there onto the Vindicare Assassin. Vindicare Assassin probably is being reviewed right now. Seen a bit of fire there from the Leman Russ. The heavy bolter cannon's getting some great damage there. And now we've got the Vindicare Assassin falling on back. And now we do have a Grey Knight Dreadnought being upgraded Plasma Cannon. The Leman Russ needs a lot of repairs at the moment. No melt. Now upgrading the Sarge upgrade onto the Casual Devil. We'll give him a Sarge with a melted gun. Grey Knight Dreadnought receiving more damage now. And now we do have the Plasma Cannon upgrade, which should be a bit more effective versus the Leman Russ than that Flamethrower. Oh, what's that? Mine drop. He tries to go for the retreat path of mines. Looks like he's not going to get any detonations, however. Does blow up some of his own landmines, however. Leman Russ now pushing forward. He does have a bit of resources stored on up. He could go for another Leman Russ relatively soon. Grey Knight Dreadnought receiving massive fire there. The all-mounted lads can also gain some good damage on in. Great Knight Dreadnought does in fact go down. You have to be careful of the Vindicator Assassin. The Leman Russ is a little bit wounded. Flare has been cast there to reduce the maximum range there. They will go for a grenade launcher barrage with the Canyon Devils relatively soon. The Imperial Guardsmen do get knocked back there. Trek Squad does teleport forward, but I mean, Interceptor Squad there. Lord of Commissar received a bit of damage there, needs to fall back soon. Grenade was thrown on top of the Catch Devils there, does retreat back in time. Lord Commissar falling back as well. Leman Russ down to 130 health, not a lot of health remaining. Now got the Interceptor Squad there, trying to get some melee hits there, getting some decent damage. Down to 7 health. The small arms fire even pose a threat to Leman Russ, down to 4 health. Needs repairs, down to 2 health, down to 1 health. And dead. Didn't get the repair ability off in time. Though I think the Vindicator Assassin probably would have pursued and destroyed it either way. Going for another Leman Russ now. Vindicator Assassin has been spotted. Action Devils are a camouflage spotting squad. The Vindicator Assassin is also a camouflage spotting squad. Lines detecting all these landmines there. Emperor's Torch has been cast on in. Retribution ability knocks back some of these forces. And he does save the Vindicator Assassin from being overran. VPs are very similar from both sides. Slight advantage for the Lord Commissar.
The enemy is capturing one of our victory points.
Another Leman Russ now upon the field is being upgraded to Fake Short Cannon. What's the extra range? IED does detonate. Got the Inquisitor Stormtroopers falling on back. Another Grey Knight Dreadnought with a plasma cannon. This is not mine for tier 3. And now we've got another mine drop there. The Big Short Cannon will give the Leman Russ more room to maneuver around that Grey Knight Dreadnought. Imperial Guardsman getting knocked back right there. Lord Commissar is currently suppressed, and looks like he is fully withdrawing from. Nope, he's just making a soft retreat away. If he stays near his buddies, all of his loyal men, he will get some good health regen. Now we've got the Imperial Guardsmen here, now falling back. Catch Devils getting a shotgun blast there onto the Interceptor Squad, and the Lord Commissar does fully withdraw. Let's get the Interceptor Squad to teleport forward. Leman Russ receive a hit there from the Grey Knight Dreadnought, but the Grey Knight Dreadnought didn't do a whole lot of damage right there. Catch Devils are falling back entirely. Imperial Guardsman gets him forward. Let's get a shot there on the Grey Knight Dreadnought. Grey Knight Dreadnought's not doing a lot. That's not a lot of damage on the Leman Russ. Leman Russ should be more than fine to deal with that Grey Knight Dreadnought. He needs to get that Grey Knight Dreadnought engaged more properly. Imperial Guardsman trying to repair up the Leman Russ as well. Vindicator Assassin's here to engage as well. Right there. Grey Knight Dreadnought's almost down, and it's not probably withdrawing it whatsoever. He's just trying to hold the line for the Vindicator Assassin. Does get a little shot there. Anti-material rifle is doing some good work there, but he just wants to just keep it back. He is going to repair it on up. Lord Commissar here receiving a bit of fire. Vindicator Assassin's almost out of energy. Does fall back now. Now we've got another Leman Russ on the build queue. We'll see the Imperial Guardsmen just eyeing for mass tanks, which is not a bad idea. Leman Russ is a good model of tank. Needs some great hits there onto the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. And he does get a landmine detonation down the Demon Hunter. He still has not destroyed these landmines. Retribution ability not being cast on in, knocking back the Imperial Guardsmen. What if the science effect prevents him from repairing up the Leman Russ? That's the Leman Russ, not even a big threat right there. Does get another knockback. Interceptor Squad teleporting forward. Has to be careful of the grenades it can throw. Does get some hits there as well. Getting some damage there. Second Leman Russ is almost out of the field, and he also has enough resources for a third. Interceptor Squad pushing way forward. Leman Russ needs some repairs. Got a conversion beamer now to go on the field. Does go off flare there to save this Leman Russ. Imperial Guardsmen advancing forward. They're trying to repair up the Leman Russ now. Interceptor Squad's falling back. Leman Russ Interceptor Squad may go down now. Looks like it does may stay alive. Trying to go for some VP. One VP has been reclaimed by the Imperial Guardsmen by the Catch Devils. Was going to receive some Infinite assassin shots there. Lord Commissar just charging on forward. Two Leman Russes here. Both upgrade things for Kent there. Another mine drop there. Emperor's Horse now deployed on the field. These landmines are being spotted by something. Not sure by what, however. Imperial Guardsmen being pursued by the Interceptor Squad. And the Lord Commissar will be captured at this point. He needs to capture this point now. And the Imperial Guardsmen will be making their way over that point now. Conversion Beamer. Where is the Conversion Beamer? All the way back here. Vindicare Assassin. Gains some shots there. He's going for a repair bunker. Very, very nice. That will provide the Leman Russ some good constant repair even while in combat, allowing the Imperial Guardsmen to move around a little bit better. Ours is shot off there. Imperial Guardsmen may sneak in this area, or the Catching Devils. Catching Devils are camouflage revealing squad. Lord Commissar is going to say hi. Ooh, direct hit there. And it's not going to retreat path. Repair upgrade there. Vindicare Assassin receiving massive fire. Good, it's there. Now I'm going to receive some constant repairs from these bunkers. He's going to be refocusing down their wounded Leman Russ first. Then this VP is being captured up. If the Catching Devils sort of just came to that point, that may be good. They have a lot of knockback, a lot of ways to re-secure a VP. Leman Russ is now receiving a bit of fire there. Conversion Beamer sitting on up. It takes a bit of time to set on up and deploys out a flare there. Now the Leman Russ can just engage at range. Crystal Stormtroopers receiving a bit of fire from the Leman Russes. So he's going to see this point here, but it's not going on in. He perhaps could also claim the bunker for himself as well. Does claim the bunker. The squad does teleports forward. Imperial Guardsmen sort of soft turning away. The Leman Russ can stay and engage. This force doesn't pose a massive threat to the Leman Russes at the moment. And in fact, a lot of his Imperial Guardsmen are getting hit quite severely bad. Imperial Guardsmen just need a full retreat at this point in time. And now got these forces getting hit. Troop capture in favor of the Imperial Guardsmen. I'm not sure how he did that. The Sentinel VP should have been decaptured a long time ago. Conversion Beamer now firing away. The Imperial Guardsmen need to tie up both these forces up in melee. And now got a Leman Russ to reinforce. That is a line of sight blocker there, I believe. That Leman Russ does destroy the line of sight blocker there, but does switch targeting priority. More landmines there. Vindicare Assassin is fully dead right now. Conversion Beamer falling back. Conversion Beamer may go down. And the repair bunker has been reclaimed. The Leman Russes can advance forward. This one should just stay back, get some repairs first before pushing forward. If your Guardsmen need to reinforce it, and it looks like the... Okay, that's just the Lord Commissar casting GG. Not contesting this point at the moment.
Strategic point spotted here.
Conversion Beamer sitting on up. No, that is a Percussion Squad upgrade of the side cannon. Did he swap out his weapon? No, the other one went down. Needs some much needed repairs thanks to the repair bunker. So Stormtroopers trying to decapture this point. Catching Devils going to be trying to stop this point from being captured. Got a grenade launcher barrage loaded on up. And does not decapture this point in time. And he will likely lose the squad entirely. Grenade launcher barrage does not come force, and that is going to be game. Mr. VP is trying to be decaptured by the Demon Hunter, but I think, yeah, and the Lord Commissar saw to that. And the Strike Squad does fall back, and that is game.
Those who hold fast to the Emperor are never truly defeated.
This is Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Sorry, I just heard the quote, and I figured I should just let it play. And was this one here? Yeah, let's go to this one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here from another Counter 4-2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn top left side as a Chaos Sorcerer, we have Bjorn. Spawn bottom right side as the Vegas and the Strongest, we have Pax. This is going for a pretty standard build opener. Shooters more shooters. It's still the same. I thought I saw the Slugger's icon there, but it was not. Chaos Marines into Chaos Heretic squad. Nope, not go. Oh, there's a Chaos Heretic squad there. Sluggers eyeing to capture this point, shooters as well. PowerPoint being captured on up. Looks like the Orc players eyeing for some early BP gains. PowerPoint has been claimed by the Sorcerer himself, and the War Boss claimed this PowerPoint to get more Sparkies. We do have the Chaos Marines and the War Boss will be following the first engagement on the field, and the War Boss is going to try to engage the Chaos Marines in melee, and it looks like he will be successful. Let's get a good hit there. Over here, we've got the shooters and the slug in this region. Chaos Sorcerer now seeing massive amounts of fire. And now the War Boss trying to engage these Space Marines up in melee. The Chaos Marines does get a good knockback there. Heretics trying to tie up the War Boss now in melee. Does get a good detonation there. The War Boss could be upgraded with Spiky Armor. Spiky Armor is a pretty good early armor piece. Gives some good retaliation damage versus the melee units, which is going to be very useful against Chaos Heretics, as well as get some decent health and health regen. So I think Spiky Armor is probably the way to go for the War Boss. PowerPoint Sentient being deactivated. If he quickly deploys out the power generators, he could prevent ignore the fact that point's being deactivated, but looks like he does soft retreat. Got Spire and Champion upgrades being deployed on out. The other one's not being upgraded just at the moment. Now Circle Squad does capture this point, has the burner upgrade as well. Heretics and this force will be starting to engage each other. Heretics want to play a good engagement there. Does enable the models there, getting some suppression. Multiple assertions there. Slugger Squad does fall back entirely, so does the shooters now. Does another model there, but the Sluggers do not drop any additional models, I believe. Got all three power generators now pulled up by the War Boss. And I've got all three power generators now pulled up by the Chaos Sorcerer. War Boss now advancing on forward. We do have these forces being reinforced. Heretic Squad. That guy's going on his own adventure apparently. I'm not so sure what's happening right there. Got this Heretic Squad kept at this point. This one's down 5 out of 9 models at the moment. And the War Boss does find a Sorcerer. I don't think the Sorcerer has found a good engagement so far. He does have his force, very good cast there. Chaos Heretic still going all by himself. I'm really half tempted to see what's going to happen with him. This Heretic Squad does fall back, so does the Chaos Marines. And this Chaos Heretic is just... I am not... does fully withdraw it right there. I don't think he realized the fact that it's only a single model there. And the retreat is pulling back most of the models forward, but there's still 2 there. I have no idea what's going on. I wonder if that squad's going to be really bugged there. Let's do, we got big shooters upgrade, as well some knob leaders for the shooters. Havoc set up in a great position right there, getting some great damage. Could perhaps take time to repair up that point as well. Let's keep an eye on the Heretic Squad. Okay, both Heretic Squads are fully moving around properly. Especially this one here, that was the one that was sort of being weird. Does find an angle there away from, oh no, the Havoc is, some sort of line of sight blocker issue there. Probably from the generator itself. If he didn't actually pack on up, he probably could have started firing immediately afterwards. One gets deactivated, shooters do get suppressed. Heretics now trying to close the distance there. We've also got the Chaos Marines advancing forward as well. We've now got the Heretic Squad activating their Zinch ritual. All the weakest of all the rituals. Detonates model there, but it was not in range of anything. May need to detonate other models now. Does the squad suppressed there thanks to the Havoc there? Don't think that detonation was good either. And all of these forces now falling them back. The War Boss is capturing the Central VP. We've got all 3 points captured up by the Chaos Sorcerer. So great VP lead
You are losing us a victory.
right now by the Chaos Sorcerer.
For 1,000 years, I have call now upon the unholy power of the Chaos Gods.
You know how Tier 2 being researched by the Chaos Marines. The War Boss does not have enough energy yet for his age up. Not age up, wrong game. His tier up. The War Boss is going to be soft trading away from that Chaos Marine squad. Point was deactivated over here, and this point will be recaptured here. So the War Boss is going to be losing a lot of VPs now. Havoc squad advancing on forward, perhaps a little bit too close to the War Boss. War Boss does decide to engage him. Getting caught up on the terrain. I guess he tried to set on up here, but should have done it right there. Chaos Marines now engaging the War Boss. Good hit there, great stomp. And now the War Boss is fully withdrawing, but should be able to escape out and out of there, no problem. Both players at tier are researching tier 2. And now got the hit. Chaos Sorcerer now being upgraded with the Vestments of the War, which I believe is a teleport ability, if I remember correctly, which gives the Chaos Sorcerer to teleport individual units, not just himself, around.
Our temple's dark majesty grows with our power.
Power generators now, of course, they've already been built. I already mentioned that.
Your forces obey you.
PowerPoint now being reactivated. And its execution point being recaptured. Vestments of War allows the sorcerer to teleport, also increase the health by 100. Okay, that only affects the sorcerer, not everything near, not individual casts. We do have the power node now receiving a bit of damage there. Got the war truck being put on the field, going for more of a mobile play style.
That which you do, your forces obey you.
Got these heretics pushing way down south. No Spire Champion on this squad just yet. And this Slugger squad will decapture this power point now. And excellent cast there by the Chaos Sorcerer. Doesn't enable the Chaos Heretics as well. The Slugger squad still has all 7 of its models alive, even though it's down to 33% of its health.
Triumph today.
We're just moving around. We got the War Boss capture the Central VP now. Down south, we got these Chaos Heretics advancing forward, trying to hack apart some of these power generators. War Truck now up on the field, got some good damage onto the Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer does teleport away and may need a full withdrawal, just far, far too wounded. Here, slicing apart these generators. It's not a good idea to poke a Orc generator, it may explode. And now we got these Heretic squad is falling back. That one does not inspire champion. This one does. It does take up that power generator. Now the war truck is being has been upgraded to reinforced plating.
Victory point is lost.
Also grants the boom gun ability. You know how the Chaos Havoc setting gun up, trying to get some good damage there on the War Boss. Havoc squad will be flanked, and there will be a squad dismounting. It does force about the Havoc squad as well. The Havoc may actually go get fully wiped out. We've seen quite a bit of damage there. And Havoc squad will go get completely wiped out. Very, very good play there. The Chaos Force is not falling back, so now got some tank buses being put on the field to engage this Chaos Dreadnought. Chaos Dreadnought is going to be slowed down by all the Giths around him. Of course, they're not going to do a whole lot of damage there. In fact, even the Shooter's trying to get some melee shots there. He's trying to pursue that War Truck as best he can. War Truck down to minimal health, and does not find another volley right there. Chaos Dreadnought trying to gauge his force in melee. The Chaos Dreadnought's received quite a bit of damage right there, honestly. But Orcs going to receive a bit of damage as well. Chaos Heretics are trying to advance forward. Maybe it's a good time to get the grenade launcher upgrades. Let's get a good volley there. One of the Heretic squads could try repairing up the Dreadnought. Doesn't need one of the models there. Novelier does go down to the Slugger squad. Slugger squad does get his Novelier rebuild and does save the squad from being wiped out. Shooter's now firing away, gains some suppression on the Heretics. And the War Truck still needs some much needed repairs. The War Truck needs to continue falling back. Pinkbuster Barrage raiding on in, gets a direct hit there on the Chaos Dreadnought. And the Ritual there does come forward. Header Squad spawn just need a fully withdrawal from the region, so you get too much damage there. The War Truck's still passive right there. Chaos Sorcerer capturing up some points. Do have a good advantage there by the Chaos Sorcerer. But it is ever so shrinking.
We shall triumph.
Now got this forces falling on back. Trying to get some repairs there. You got the Chaos Marines being upgraded with the Eternal War upgrade finally. And I got the Pinkbuster Barrage raiding on in, trying to deal with some of these power generators. His direct hit takes out one of the power generators. This other one's now receiving massive fire as well. The Chaos Space Marines need to tie up that squad up with melee. We're seeing good damage there. Oh, yeah, the Chaos Sorcerer teleports forward and ties up the Pinkbuster up with melee. Let's see some suppressive fire from these orcs. And now the Chaos Sorcerer's falling back, but you got the Creeping Barrage ability right there from the Barrage of Warp Fire. And some good damage there. It does have a lingering incendiary effect there. Chaos Marines now falling in back. And just constant incendiary effect there on that War Truck, getting some great, or around the War Truck, getting some good damage there on those shooters. Now being reinforced in the front line, this squad is very wounded, even though it has all the models alive. Has less than health. Over here, the War Boss now makes his way forward. He has been up at the boss pole, which signifies him as the biggest and the greatest boss. And the power generator does, another one does go down. More shots there. Next volley will take out the last power generator. We deactivate the points well. We do have the Chaos Run not going good. We may want to tie up that Pinkbuster stuff with melee. So those are going to use that for the Heretics. This Heretic squad still not have the Inspired Champion upgrade, and we do have the teleport forward. Good barrage there onto the Heretic squad, getting some great damage onto it, honestly. War Truck has been fully repaired, but should be able to scoot around no problem. Gonna stay on the Chaos Dreadnought. Chaos Dreadnought still trying to push his way forward, getting good volley onto the Pinkbusters, trying to tie them up in melee, appears to be. Chaos does teleport forward, but can't get a whole lot of work done. Does fall back. It does manage to break it out there in time. Chaos Dreadnought seeing more fire there, and does get inside the War Truck. The War Truck can make the Pinkbusters move around quite easily, and this Chaos Dreadnought may not be able to escape. Does get some melee hits there. Does get a good volley on the rear armor. Slugger's trying to get as much damage as they can. The War Truck may go down. Shooter's still fighting away against something, but more still over here. Chaos Dreadnought does get teleported away. Wait, that's a different Chaos Dreadnought. This is the Chaos Dreadnought. I got really confused by the max elf, and he did as well. He thought that was the same Chaos Dreadnought, but that is in fact a different Chaos Dreadnought. Fires good volley there on the War Truck. Try and tie up the Pinkbusters up in melee. Auto cannon gains some good damage there. Or Pinkbusters getting forward reinforcement, but it is losing a lot of models there. Down to 2 models for the moment. This looks doing a good job of tying up the Chaos Run up in melee. This Chaos Run up needs to get back out of there. Did a pretty good volley there. Pinkbusters in pursuit. Sluggers. Pinkbusters do take out the Chaos Dreadnought there. This one's still receiving some much needed repairs. Chaos Sorcerer in the center of the map. The Orc has pulled ahead in VPs by a small margin. And other skirmishes going on. We do have, of course, the Heretics and the Space Marines still alive, so I'm not sure what those shooters were shooting at earlier. But now we do got level 3 teleport platform being researched. Do got a good cast there. That was a different ability. Oh yeah, that other ability was a global ability. This was the Rod of Warfire ability right there. Looks like the Chaos Marines are trying to engage the power generator. It's good damage there. Wait, that war truck is still falter wounded. It's receiving massive melee damage and goes down honestly, stupidly. He does pull the chain sword ability right there, I believe. No, he did not. I'm hearing the wrong chain effect sound. But that was really stupid by the Orc player. He should not have lost that war truck. That's enabling models there. Slugger Squad's now falling on back. I just got a squad of Plague Marines on the field. Looks like the Chaos Force is not eyeing to go to tier 3. Lunatic is almost out on the field. I saw some reinforcements, something being purchased there, so it seems that something expensive was purchased. Maybe just a lot of reinforcements there. There's a creeping barrage ability. Lunatic now advances forward, trying to get some good shots there. And now we do got the Chaos Heretics falling on back. And now we got the Zinch Ritual as well as a missile launcher Marcus Zinch upgrade. He really wants that Lunatic dead. And does get the Stop the Ritual there. Notices the Marcus Zinch Ritual there onto the Chaos Dreadnought. The Warboss is trying to tie up the Chaos Dreadnought in melee. Fires missiles there. Chaos Dreadnought has been ordered to melee move against Lunatic there in order to pursue it more better. Lunatic does get a decent barrage there onto the Chaos Dreadnought and does lose the Chaos Dreadnought to that, or Lunatic to the Chaos Dreadnought. And the Tank Buster does fully get wiped out as well. That is massive blows. Oh, he lost a shooter squad as well. Now the Warboss is down to minimal forces. Let's get a barrage there. And Chaos Dreadnought is back on the region. Does teleport away there. Very nice. Now the Plague Marines' usefulness has greatly gone down, so they can't use their missile launcher. We're going to be using them to capture the flanks. Air squads need to take time to repair up the Chaos Dreadnought and finally get another Spartan Champion upgrade. And now I've got some knobs being put on the field.
The enemy wishes to deactivate one of our power nodes.
Knobs, of course, a very, very powerful squad, but tends to eat up the rest of your resources for the rest of the game. So the Knob squad and the Warboss needs to maintain control in the center of the map, while the Sluggers and Shooters control apply I to hit the flanks and try to circle around and hit this point here. Right now the Warboss just needs more forces.
Fight harder.
You could go for a Pain Boy to get the Cyborg implant for the Knob squad.
Your forces obey you.
The Warboss could be upgraded to an anti-vehicle weapon, the Power Claw, maybe some heavy armor as well.
We shall triumph.
Chaos Marines now advancing forward, trying to capture up that victory point. And over here, we've got the Chaos Sorcerer, does decapture the central point. Since it has the teleportation ability, he's very, very mobile. You now have the Slugger Squad advancing forward, trying to engage the Chaos Heretics. Chaos Sorcerer does see a bit of knockback there. Chaos Marines are still not upgraded with either Plasma Guns nor the Chain Axes. Maybe you could add. Oh, and there goes the Warboss. He could upgrade the. Okay, he does use the pull-out chain sword ability there for his Chaos Marines. I was going to say he could actually upgrade into the. What's it called? The Mark of Khorne variant to get the Chain Axes. Does he get the Chain Axes? That provides some good damage, fire support, and more damage. Of course, against the Knob squad, maybe not a good idea. The Plasma Guns probably be a bit better against them. Havoc squad being deployed on out, maybe going for a suppression platform to help secure the center of the map. Like Marines going around crafting the flanks, very nice. The Warboss does get recalled. Warboss is currently at level 2, almost at level 3. The Chaos Sorcerer is at level 5.
Yes, I have come
Over here, we got the Plague Marines falling on back. And now we got the Nob Squad as well as the War Boss advancing to the center map. Shooters here to support. The Sluggish Precious Eye go around the flanks and perhaps hit this back VP. We got a Zinch Ritual not being activated there. The Havoc is out of range. Fires a missile launcher barrage there. Getting some damage there. Suppresses down the War Boss. Havoc is right now trying to suppress the Nob Squad. And they will be collapsed on in. Gains some great damage there. Does lose a model immediately. Does it there. Suppressing down the Knobs. Goes defense forward. Trying to get some good damage there. And the Heritage Squad does fall back. Nob Squads are a monster squad to deal with. And the Dreadnought will have trouble dealing with them as well. Havoc Squad being pushed on out, not fully reinforced. And will not be reinforced.
We shall try. Yes!
Nob trying to ward away any force that advances towards the shooters. This is hitting a bit right there. Doesn't anyone Heritage models there. Nob Squads you see a bit of fire damage. And now the shooter squads are being tied in melee thanks to the Chaos Dreadnought. Nob's trying to deal with this Chaos Dreadnought. It looks like they will be able to get the kill there, but the Chaos Dreadnought does get teleported away. Nob Squad does fall back now. No, the Dreadnought actually did go down. He teleported away a corpse. Where did that Chaos Dreadnought go? I can see down here the Chaos Dreadnought is actually fully dead. I think he teleported away a corpse, and I have no idea where the corpse may have went. So, he does kill off Chaos Dreadnought, which is good. Slugger Squad, you're seeing a bit of fire there. It does detonate one of the models there. And does upgrade the Chaos Marines to plasma guns, getting some great damage there. Nob Squad needs a lot of reinforcements, going to eat up the rest of its resources for the rest of the game to reinforce that squad. Chaos also does teleport to the high ground. War Boss has now upgraded the Power Claw as well as the Eddy Armor. The Eddy Armor gives to the War Boss extra 900 health, also 1.5 health regen. Like Marines to captain that deployed, the Orc players' VPs are slightly higher than the Chaos Sorcerers, but it is counting down. Plague Marines may lose a model there, and maybe good idea not to reinforce the Plague Marines. They are not going to be very useful for the rest of the match at the current rate. Though they could just perhaps just sort of keep around the victory point, just be also annoying. We do not have a shrine here. The shrine does provide some of those bolts or damage, so it is more or less a turret.
Chaos Space Marines.
Maybe eyeing for another shrine. I have no idea, but most times when people deploy out one, they try to deploy out multiple shrines. Chaos also make his way forward. Knobs and shooters and the War Boss in the center of the map. See a bit of fire there. Does now that shrine start firing off some shots there. Does get a cast there from the Warlock. Shrines firing, getting some good damage there on the War Boss now. That's getting a great knockback there with the Stomp. Chaos Sorcerer's falling back, does go ahead and steal one of those models for energy. Howdy. And we do now have the War Boss now seeing a bit of fire. And the War Boss is now fully withdrawing. The Chaos Sorcerer will capture the central point. The Orc still has an ever so slight advantage in VPs, but now going for this VP up here as well. Wait. So Rod of Warfire is a ranged weapon? This also increased melee and range piercing damage. Okay, so it apparently does actually do range damage. I just assumed it did melee. We now got the shooters now firing away against great damage there, and the Sorcerer does force some withdrawal. The Central VP has been captured. No additional shrines. Does have a fresh Havoc Squad. And now soon be a fresh Chaos Dreadnought. Going for the Mark of Khorne variant, I believe, is the better variant right now. Over here, looks like the Sluggers are eyeing to skirt around the flanks to capture this VP. Chaos Sorcerer's receiving a bit of lag, apparently. Down south, we've got these heretics now. They did destroy all the power generators and hacking apart the point itself. And the point does go down, withdraws the other squad as well. We got the Chaos Marines still here, and now we got Daisy being put on the field. It's far too late for Daisy. He should have played out anything else at this point in time. He just does not have enough time. If he secures the central point, maybe it can help really secure the central point. Havoc, however, can be upgraded the Mark of Khorne, Mark of Zich, in order to get the last cannon. And now got the Mark of Khorne Dreadnought on the field. That's teleport away to Havoc. Gasman's falling back. Stride's firing some shots down the War Boss. And right now, the Nob Squad needs to be focused down first with the Chaos Dreadnought. The Chaos Dreadnought's doing some really good work for the Nob Squad. Crossers are firing, getting some there's range damage there. Teleports somewhere. Does activate a special attack and knock back the force. The Chaos Dreadnought's not withdrawn from the region. There's still 4 Nob models there. The Chaos Dreadnought does go down. Chaos Sorcerer does not interrupt the decapture there. The Chaos Shrine has gone down as well. That Slugger Squad may get wiped out. Does teleport away in time, however. Do not have Daisy to pull on the field, reversing on in. Plague Marines eyeing for the decapture at this point here. Very, very nice. And the Plague Marines are going to be useful versus that Battle Wagon. Needs some good damage there. Once the Plague Marines capture this point, they need a full withdrawal. They're seeing a bit too much fire. And they're going to be fully withdrawing now. A little bit of late retreat there. And still may actually go down. Plague Marines have 2 models there. Heretics now charging forward. If they can decapture this point, that would be great. Another Plague Marine does go down, and thanks to exploding, it does save the squad. War Boss gets a good stomp there. Chaos Sorcerer receiving quite a bit of damage there. It does get a great cast there. Gets knocked back there, and the Chaos Sorcerer does go down. Daisy now is advancing forward. Daisy does also act as a transport. Keep that in mind. Heretic Squad does get annihilated. Plasma guns firing away, gain some good damage on this force. Knobs receiving massive fire. Other Heretic Squad does fall back. And now we've got the last cannon there. And now Daisy's firing a shot. Those manage to retreat in time for the extra damage resistance. Knob Squad's falling back as well. So it's 200 health left, and John trying to decapture the central point. Oh, and now Daisy's coming with a steamroller. We now have a Bloodletter Squad being deployed out on the field. Bloodletters are another teleporting infantry unit, so maybe I was going to try to use it to help hit this point as well.
Ready for eternal war.
Losing a Heretic is not a huge problem, but it's still a bit of a problem. He has to have a lot of squads battle on the central point. The VPs are very low for both sides. It's probably going to come down to one big engagement, and that's going to be the end of the replay. Each player has one chance. But however, the Chaos Sorcerer does have another opportunity of flanking his opponent to go for the other back VP. Chaos Sorcerer needs to be respawned as soon as possible. He has time. They have time for one last engagement. So once you get enough requisition, respawn him. That is not a big problem. The energy at this point in time is not going to be worth much. Does may pick out that Slugger Squad, which could be a nice little pick there. War Boss charging forward. Chaos Sorcerer has not been respawned. We got the Plague Marines and the Las Cannon. Do not got the Las Cannon getting knocked back, gets annihilated by Daisy. Plague Marines falls on back. And that there's still some time there. Chaos Sorcerer hasn't been respawned. Of course, he used all of his remaining requisition for that, so he doesn't have enough requisition to reinforce the squads. And with this point being decaptured, I think the Orc has secured it. So maybe going for Daisy was the right call. teleports around. He's going for the VP. Daisy could use her steamroller. Now this point starting to be hit as well. Maybe just decapture the point and run. The Bloodletters actually did go for that point. This game actually may not be over just yet. Chaos Sword teleports away. I think it was a cube move there. May get taken out by the War Boss. War Boss is not going to be able to hit there. Detonates that maybe a little bit too early. I think the War Boss is suppressed, but the Chaos Sword does fall back. And this VP has been claimed by the Bloodletters and can be kept secured. Trying to go for this point here. This point needs to be deactivated. The Chaos Sword only has 4 tickets to remain. That's not a lot. This point does get captured. I think that's going to be game. And yeah, that's game. And that is the end of the replay. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And while this is loading, I do need to use the restroom again, so please give me another moment. My apologies. And I'm back. My apologies. Got enough time tonight for one more replay. Let's see. I just did a Orc and Chaos player, so let's go to a different replay. It looks like we got Orcs either way. Let's do this one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn on top left side as the biggest and the strongest, we have Red Rolla. Spawn bottom right side as the Tactical Marine, we have Astartes. We do have a Tactical Marine squad versus Shooter, pretty standard build opener. Going for requisition points, the Tactical Marine. He may be eyeing for 2 Act Marine squads if he's going for double requisition. That's just a guess. The Orc is right now going for a VP and the PowerPoint onto, let's see, the Orcs are not going diagonal this way, so he's going for this requisition point. And he's right now not deploy another scout, so I do believe the Tech Marine's going for double tack. The Orcs have a claim of VP, so you get a slight VP advantage. Tech Marine is going for another requisition point. PowerPoint not being captured on out, not immediately activating, so, and Tactical Marines are what, 450 requisition? So when we see that, that's probably going to be a Tactical Marine squad. Orcs are advancing on forward, we've got the Shooters and the War Boss in this region. Scouts are eyeing for this VP, but was unable to secure it. And we do have a second Tactical Marine squad. I always love it when I get a correct guess like that. But now he's going to be behind an energy, so we probably need to eye activating some points. Luckily he has a requisition for that. He made sure of it. And now we've got the Sluggers capturing the VP, and these Slugger or Shooters are going to be capturing these points. Tactical Marine squad pushing way forward, both on the Shooter and the Slugger. And these points will be decaptured up by the Orc. Until that second Tactical Marine squad gets pushed on forward, he will have trouble with a bit of field control. Scouts are probably a good squad to go around and capture all the flanks. If you're not really planning to make use of scouts, they're at least a good captain squad. They're nice and fast, and they can you can always upgrade them later so they can defend themselves to capture the side flanks. Primarily the shotguns. Tactical Marine squads and engage this shooter. We do got one VP captured up by the tactical, by the Tech Marine, and not fully capturing the point. Immediately goes into melee against the shooters with us scouts. That's unusual. I'm actually not exactly sure who wins in melee, shooters or scouts. I don't think I really had that situation really come up. Usually the people tie forces up in melee just deny the damage to deal out. Not necessarily engaged like that. You now got this power node being destroyed, or no, being activated. Oh, got Devastator squad now up on the field, trying to suppress. It does suppress the Burden squad, and the point is now fully active, though severely damaged. It does get deactivated now, then get time to deploy out those power generators. Tactical Marine Squad received a bit of fire there. This Tactical Marine Squad is seeing multiple directions of fire. Now you also got a Luda. Warboss receiving a bit more fire there. Tactical Marine Squad's now full withdrawing from the region.
Adding support structure.
And this point's now being reactivated. Scout Squad does fall back. We do have two power generators here, but may be picked off by the Tactical Marine, given enough time. It's now being upgraded in Mastercraft Boulder, which does give them a snipe shot ability. Tactical Marine Squad here does get forced back by the Warboss. The Warboss has seen quite a bit of damage. You could also go for Spiky Armor. Spiky Armor is good against melee units, but it is a cheap armor, and it does have decent health regen, so just going for Spiky Armor for the health regen wouldn't be half bad for the Warboss. Havoc Squad set on up, have a pretty good cone or angle of fire. Tactical Marine did not be upgraded the Mastercraft Boulder. He does actually cancel that. Warboss move around, catch up some points. We do have the Storm Boys being pulled on out and jump on top of the Devastators. Both these Tactical Marine Squads receive quite a bit of damage, not fully healed on up. Scott eyeing for this VP. There's a slight VP advantage for the Warboss. And now the Warboss needs to fully withdraw, receiving a bit too much fire there. Could have potentially been wiped out if he would have properly, predictably pursued it.
Adding power generator.
We now got a power generator deployed on out. And now I've got the Luda squad advancing forward, trying to eye for the flank and help secure it. Devastator is being spotted there, does suppress both of those shooters. Now got the suppress fire ability being used to engage the Devastator.
Generator operational.
Tactical Marine squads advance forward. They could pass the order attack, melee move, or melee attack on both of those squads. We got the burners up here as well. There is an exposed power generator there, so the Orc player has gone for quadruple power generators. You know how the Tactical Marine Squad trying to focus down these power generators. They'll set up in a weird angle right there, which will help engage the Slugger Squad. Assault Marines now applying the field. Assault Marines jump on in on top of Ludas. Both players have gone for their jump infantry to engage their opponent. No, the Storm Boys actually got cancelled. Luda Squad now running away while looking at the ground. And now got the Warboss advancing forward with the shooters. No knob leaders onto them just yet. Assault Marines receive a bit of fire. They do jump on in. Force back both those shooters. Very, very nice. Sluggers do get a good flank there. Does get suppressed. Does force back the Devastators, and so do the Tactical Marine Squads. Both Tactical Marine Squads still have all the models there, but one of them is really wounded. Down to less than 30% health. Assault Marine Squad now seeing a bit of fire from the Warboss, and now got Tier 2 being researched by the Warboss. The Warboss have been maintaining good power supply this entire time, and still has access to power generator. So he did lose one, although the other one's severely wounded, but he has been maintaining better power generation through the entire game. Scout Squad does fall back, no upgrades in the Scout Squad. Which is fine. If you just want to use it for a Captain Squad, they're a perfect squad for it. Now have the Depth Shred being employed on the field, because Corps can be upgraded the Devastator Marines with las cannons, as well as Assault Squad with melter guns. So either way, I think the Tech Marine will be just fine. Plus the Tech Marine could grab himself a melter gun. There's multiple ways the Tech Marine can respond. Tactical Marine squads advance forward. We'll find a good damage there in the Lulu squad. Does force them back. Looters advancing on forward. Gains some good damage there. It does fall back now. No upgrades on the Assault Marine squad just yet. And the Scout squad does fall back. It almost gets wiped out. This power generator does get spotted. Now seeing quite a bit of damage there. We've got now the War Boss advancing forward. Tactical Marine squad's getting some good damage there. We do have the Burnham Blitz upgrade on the Death Dread. Assault Marine squad needs to fall back. Power generator likely go down to the Assault Marines. War Boss will see quite a bit of fire as well. Power generator does go down. Tactical Marine squads, they both need to fall back. They're getting overwhelmed. Especially this one here. Tactical Marine squad falls back, has one model remaining, but the Slugger squad will wipe them out. Big mistake there. And they're playing, they played it together before. Again, man, with no retreat. Wait, that's the Tech Marine that's saying that. Oh, looks like he's received another retreat bug there. Death Dread, now we're seeing las cannon fire from the Devastator. And the Burners will take out the Edler generator as well. Big losses for the Tech Marine. I think that's Tactical Marine drop pod. Drop pod has been redeployed out. He needs to deploy out some more power generators. Down south, got the shooter squads capturing these points. And now we've got the shooter squad receiving quite a bit of damage. We do now have a weird boy being employed on the field. He's a bit of an Ed Beggar. Apparently that's the description. Assault Marines have an upgrade the melter gun, very nice. So he does have access to 2 weapons to engage the Death Dread, the Laskin and the melter bombs.
Scouts ready.
Scouts are not fully reinforced. Up north, we do have now the Death Dread is a little bit wounded, down half health. Needs some repairs from the Slugger.
The Codex Astartes guides us to victory.
And now we've got the shooter squad being forced on back. Oh, I see the red glow. That is a Stern Guard veteran indication.
Adding power generator.
Over here, we do got the assault squad falling on back. You know, Stern Guard veterans now pulling the field. We'll load up the poison rounds right now. They can load up the crack rounds as well, the armor piercing rounds, in order to gauge that Death Dread. That gives him a third asset to fight the Death Dread. So I believe he has a good amount of assets for that. War Boss now being upgraded with the Power Claw, and it's also spiky armor. Spiky armor just gives a good amount of health and health regen. Stern Guard veterans. Oh, he threw his forces forward with the Weird Boy. War Boss. Looks like the shooter squad does get forced some back, but it's probably a good idea not to throw him in the future. Stern Guard veterans do fall back away from the War Boss. And the Weird Boy does see the jump there from the Assault Marine squads. Receiving a special attack there as well. Weird Boy can't sustain too much damage for long. Looks like he's going to run away. Maybe full withdrawal. It has plenty of health, perhaps soft retreat away some more. War Boss trying to hit the Devastator Marines. Looks like I think he just used Vomit right there. Does get a melted bomb before withdrawing as well, so it gets a nice little snare onto that Death Dread. Lascan Devastators advancing forward with the Stern Guard veterans and a Tactical Marine squad in front. The War Boss is advancing forward, so far uncontested, so perhaps we can focus on the last cannon. Tactical Marine squad see a bit of fire there. Does take out another power generator. The drop pod's still up and going.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Scout squad has been upgraded to Sergeant. No shotguns. I have to loot us in melee. I honestly have no idea who wins in melee against that. I assume the looter will lose as a hit weapons team. Weird Boy now seeing massive amounts of fire there from Stern Guard veterans. And I think the Weird Boy himself got stuck in the retreat there. It does go down now. The Weird Boy does explode now. And Scout Squad does fully withdraw from the region. Another Weird Boy on the build queue for the War Boss. He really wants to keep this Weird Boy up and going. Now the Stormguard Veterans and Tactical Marine Squad is advancing on forward.
Adding power generator.
Ready to serve.
Deploying war gear. Generator
Got the Mastercraft Bolter upgrade onto the Tactical Marine Squad. Got the Elite Train camouflage for the Scout Squad. No upgrades in the Tactical Marine Squad, not even the Sergeant upgrade. Down south, we got the Shooters advancing forward. They're going to be tied up in, maybe tied up in melee by the Scouts. Those are Frag Grenade, unsuccessful.
Scouts here. Go ahead.
Now the Scout Squad does fall back there.
The Greenskins are taking a victory point from us.
War Boss now seeing quite a bit of fire from these forces. Weird Boy does fire, gets knocked back there on the Tactical Marine Squad. Stormguard Veterans now seeing some fire. Assault Marine Squad does get a melted bomb there onto the Death Shred. Death Shred may go down. Stormguard Veterans and Tactical Marine Squad being pursued, and Death Shred will go down. Stormguard Veterans and Tactical Marine Squad are both withdrawing from the region now. Lascan and Assault Marines as well. Tactical Marine is right here, and does get a snipe shot there. He's severely wounded, so may need to withdraw from the region as well. Scout Squad advance forward, getting some, may get a defensive grenade on the Slugger. Weird Boy doesn't get a cast there. The Weird Boy seems like it's been acting a little bit weird. That's not really intended.
Understood.
Seems like the Weird Boy's sort of been staying there a little bit weirdly. Tactical Marine Squad's advancing forward, getting some good damage there. And again, another bad cast. I think the Weird Boy may be a little bit bugged. You now got the War Boss, same bit of damage there. The Weird Boy has spoke right with the Warpath. And now got the Shooter Squad eyeing the requisition point right there. The Squad does fall back. The Scout Squads are eyeing to push forward to this VP, looks like.
We have 300 points.
I got the Tactical Marine Squad and the Stormguard Veterans advancing forward. Stormguard Veterans have dropped a model there. The Orc player is not going for tier 3. Has quite a bit of requisition at the moment. He may be eyeing for some knobs. Scout Squad trying to camouflage away. Does get camouflaged there. Another generator does go down for the Orcs. This time generator is still up and going. This generator will go down. Oh, he does throw that Slugger into combat. And now the Assault Marines do jump on top of Sluggers. They can't stay on their feet, can they? Does use the strike there. Tactical Marine Squad and Stormguard Veteran does fall back there. Assault Marines fall back as well.
Technology unlock beginning.
And now the Tactical Marines going for tier 3. Good to find an angle there. Does get that requisition point. Going for this power point now. It is not activated at the moment. Tactical Marine now makes his way up north, but the Scouts decapture the point. Goes a frag grenade there on the Luda. Luda does going back off the region. Does get some good damage there with the grenade. Tactical Marine Squad is probably going with a snipe shot there. Could go with the high-powered shot onto the gunner. And it looks like he missed the gunner. He hit the model in front of him.
The task unfinished is a prayer unanswered.
You now have the Commando Squad being deployed on out.
What word? Say it now.
And that VP has been captured.
Task unfinished is a prayer unanswered.
Close combat.
We got the Slugger Squad's advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there on the Tech Marine. And he does get some good hits on the Scouts as well, but does not get any additional models. Up north, we got the Tactical Marine Squad and the Storm Guard advanced forward. Weird Boy does get a couple casts there onto the Tactical Marine Squad and is being... Oh! He did a melee attack order onto the Carcass. So he started beating up that Carcass. Shooter Squad's now following him back. Weird Boy now going to be punched in the face repeatedly. Just not in his giant brain. Let's get the suppressive. Oh wait, that's Commando Squad, not Shooter Squad. Commando Squad now pulling the field, getting some good knockback onto the Storm Guard veterans. Warboss now advancing forward. Now got some knobs being on the field as well. We've got heavy infantry being pulled out now by the Warboss. The Tech Marine may want to go for a Predator or Terminators. Either would be a good option. And does pull out Vanguard veterans. Let's get a good cast there on or attack onto the Tactical Marine Squad. On the left side, shooters do spot the scouts for a moment. Or that's the Commando Squad. Commando Squad is a camouflage revealing squad. So are the knob leaders of the various shooters and sluggers. But he doesn't have any of those out in the field at the moment. Warboss may see some good damage there from the Vanguard veterans. We got the Tactical Marine Squad engaging the Warboss. The Tactical Marine Squad is devastated out in the field, but there's going to be nothing for them to shoot at the moment, so they're really a dead squad. They may have 5 squads, but it's really just 4 squads, so the devastating is going to go around capture points or keep it back at home, because it's not going to do all too much.
The Greenskins are taking a victory point from us.
But it's there onto the Commando Squad. Devastating is just left alone in the corner. Shooter's trying to get some more damage onto the power generator. And the Tech Marine is saving his resources, like he's going for a Predator tank. So he could go for Terminators. The model's trying to tie up the Tech Marine up melee, but his positioning is very good. He only can get hit by one of those models at a time.
Ready to serve.
Understood.
Is that Terminators? Venerable Dreadnought?
Moving to cover.
Venerable Dreadnought has been pulled out in the field. Interesting. We've got the Weird Boy getting some hits there. Venerable Dreadnought being pushed on forward. Vanguard veterans do get some great knockbacks there onto the Knob Squad. Got a good knockback there on both those squads with Weird Boy. Venerable Dreadnought advance forward. Great special attack there from the Vanguard veterans. Great smash there by the Venerable Dreadnought. These knobs have trouble staying on the feet. Tech Marine Squad needs to fall back. Storm Guard veteran does fall back as well. Did that Tactical Marine Squad just get fully wiped out? Nope, so it's one model remaining. Has plasma guns, should be effective for those knobs. Knobs engaging the Venerable Dreadnought in melee. It's going to be relatively equal, honestly. But the knobs are overall losing. Got the knob leader for the Commando Squad. Great smash there. Has not been upgraded the Dark Age technology, and now got the global repair ability now being activated, as well as them charging away. Tech Marine now captured the flanks, got the Scout Squad here trying to camouflage away. There's no spotters here in this region. And trying to throw a grenade onto the shooters. Nope, looks like he may have ran out of energy for the grenade. I have plenty of energy. Weird Boy over here capturing the requisition point now. The VPs are very similar. The Orcs have a slight advantage.
Tactical Marines at the ready. Fear me.
This force has not been repaired on up. The Scout Squad would be needed for repairs, or the Tech Marine. Tech Marine's not really providing a whole lot of support, honestly, so maybe using him for repair wouldn't be that bad. Vanguard veterans do knock back the Weird Boy, forcing him back. He gets some good hits there, almost takes him out. Vanguard veterans going for another swipe there, unable to get the secure kill there on the Weird Boy. Good knockback there. The Warboss does have a weapon that can hit the vehicles. We do have the Vanguard veterans trying to pursue the Commando Squad, and now the Warboss is fully withdrawing from the region. Tech Marine needs to take time to repair up the Venerable Dreadnought. That's good. And the Scouts are taking time to repair it up, but he's not captured the VP. Big mistake there. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose any more VPs. doesn't have the highest amount of VPs at the moment. Now I do have a Luda tank being deployed on out. Tech Marine trying to capture the decapture the VP. Vanguard veterans in a good position to jump on something, but the Commando squad does spot them.
Our Tech Marine has reached level 3.
Down south, we do have the Slugger squad being withdrawn.
My shots will strike true. Objective taken. What word?
VP has been captured. This VP has been recaptured as well.
Make way. A vehicle is in pursuit.
Good damage there on the War Boss. The Venerable Dreadnought now being upgraded to the Dark Age of Technology,
The time for battle is
which is
now.
its description is apparently light infantry. Oh, War. The Weird Boy just threw the knobs and the War Boss in the region. Pulls back all these forces. Venerable Dreadnought trying to sprint her way. So that was a very good throw there, instantly winning that engagement. And Venerable Dreadnought still receiving massive amounts of fire. Plus, there's also the Luda tank in this region. Now got the Power Fist upgrade there for the Vanguard veteran, so he does not have access to the Melta Bomb. Do not have the Commando squad camouflaging forward a blood red pattern. And we also still got the Devastator Marine, so his last cannon will now be useful. Does take out a power generator there. Right now, the Tech Marine has plenty of power and just needs more requisition, so losing the power generator is relatively fine. He's probably not going to be needing any more generators. Hooters now captured the flanks. This point has been captured on up. Tactical Marine Squad and Tech Marine are in certain of our veterans advancing forward. Does get a good knockback there. Now squad receiving fire there. Last can damage need to push on forward along these forces. We're seeing a bit too much damage there with not enough support. Scout squad. And it's a low health engagement there, but looks like this Shoot squad will manage to withdraw in time. It looks like the Scout squad going straight for that VP. Nope, going for... So just standing there. Going for this VP is probably better. Weird Board now receiving massive amounts of fire there. Last cannon still in the region. Attack Marine Squad or Silver Veterans receiving the fire there. Needs to fall back. Good knockback there from the Vanguard Veterans, knocking back the knobs. Silver Veterans almost wiped down one model with 60 health remaining. War Boss is going to receive a bit of fire there. So is the Knob Squad. Got global repairs being activated. Commando squad getting some good shots there. Venerable Dreadnought still engaged in the front line. We've seen a bit of damage there. We've got the Tech Marine engaged from range. Has been upgraded the Signum armor. There's some mark target ability there. And this Tactical Marine squad needs a full withdrawal. Almost goes down there, down to 2 health. That Tactical Marine squad does go fall back there. Great smash there by the Venerable Dreadnought. Knockback there from the Tech Marine. Tech Marine now receiving a bit of fire there, needs a full withdrawal. At this point has been catching up by the Scout Squad, Ludus Squad, firing, suppressing them. Got to capture in favor of the Tech Marine.
We must reverse the course.
Stern Guard veterans still needs fallbackers from repairs, reinforcements, so does the Stern Guard or Vanguard veterans. Tech Marine needs to take time to repair up the Venerable Dreadnought, and now we've got Daisy being put on the field. So the Slugger and Shooter, singular, is pushing along the left flank, trying to capture the VPs.
The enemy is
Tech Marine here needs to fall back, needs reinforcements, but he's just out of
points remaining.
requisition, isn't he? Venerable Dreadnought's also severely wounded. He's forced to push forward with these wounded units. Oh, rocks! And there goes the Tactical Marine Squad. Stern Guard veteran goes down. Ugh. I think that's game. Looting Tank is severely wounded. Trying to repair up the Venerable Dreadnought. The VP is not being captured on Nightfall. Don't know why always the big rock lands perfectly. It could be an Overwatch action thinking about it. Potentially. And that is the end of the replay.
The acceptance of defeat is an invitation for its repetition.
This is Great saying thank you for watching on the next replay. But then I have also mentioned that it's going to be my last replay for tonight, so everyone, thank you for watching, have a good night, get some good rest, and enjoy.